Hello, everybody. Welcome into the WPBL Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Time for match number 2 on the docket today as we've got Earl Strickland and the New York Pride taking on the Pittsburgh Poison. My name is Steve Strain. Scott the Freezer Frost with me here today. We've got the action coming up there. You see the schedule of today's games in this match, the second one for each of these two teams. They both won their first match of the season. It was Pittsburgh over Houston last week, 12-4, while New York was all over Atlanta, 15-2. One of these teams will go to 2-0 in match play this season. We're about ready to go. Let's head down to the floor now with referee Lee Brett. He'll get things started.
Playing for Pittsburgh today, the away team shooting for the Black Pockets, Sean Putnam, Adam Smith, Silver Ochoa, and playing against the home team New York, Earl Strickland, Larry Neville, and Warren Kiamko. The first game is going to be a team game. New York, you're going to break, and then you're going to shoot in order 1, 2, and 3. Team on.
All right, so here we go, and it's the birthday man, Earl Strickland, that will get us started as we welcome in Scott Frost. And Scott, they just got done singing happy birthday to Earl, and for once he kind of looked like he didn't know how to respond to that.
Yeah, he's amazing. You know, he knows what to do in every situation except when it's his birthday. Steve, you know what? This is very important, I think. The first match with the teams is very, very important. It gets the pace, it sets the motivation, and you'll see how the players respond.
Just to make sure you all are aware of the rules, of course, in bonus ball we go purple, orange, black. There you see it, purple, orange, and then bonus ball in that sequence, with purples having a point value of 1. There you see New York's going to get a point for Earl's purple. Now they'll work on orange. This is Larry Neville. Oranges are worth 2, and the bonus ball, the black, is worth 3. And we go to 30.
And like Steve said, purple, orange, black. Now for you folks at home, notice the white jerseys on Larry Neville, Warren Kiamko, and Earl Strickland. Now the white jerseys indicate that they shoot to the white pockets. So they shoot purple, orange, black, black being the bonus ball, into his white pocket, upper left-hand corner.
Here's last year's Japan Open champion, Warren Kiamko, and he rams home that bonus ball, so that completes what we call the sequence. When you knock down a purple, orange, and black, it's worth 6 points after you complete the sequence. And now New York will start over again with Strickland on purple.
I tell you what, Steve, Earl is a great leader for this team because he is such a shot maker. He is a brilliant shot maker, and he motivates his team. Don't worry about Larry Neville. This guy can play too.
And he played very well in their opener last week when they knocked off Atlanta 15-2.
Oh man, it was a great match. They played convincingly solid. Look at this shot here. These shots look easy, okay? These shots look easy at home. 3.7-inch pockets, and when the ball's out in the center of the table, you better hit the center of the pocket.
2 sequences, and he brings it back pretty well. Strickland's going to have to cut this one in, but very makeable here to start another one.
Oh, it's definitely makeable. He's going to have an issue. What he's looking at right now is how he's going to get position on the next ball, which will be orange. He's going to low-key this cue ball. Low-key, unbelievable stroke to do this.
Wow. Is that
something? It's unbelievable, Steve. That's so hard to do.
What does it mean to this league? I mean, all of you are very talented, but when you've got a guy that's been around that long and a Hall of Famer, to have him here.
It's a dream come true. I mean, it's a dream come true. I grew up watching the guy on TV. You know, now I'm playing with him. It's great.
15.
And obviously the crowd loves him.
Oh, they love him. They love him. They love him when he's good Earl. They don't like him when he's bad Earl.
We'll see which side we see today. So far, so good.
So far, so good. Well, it's his birthday.
Can't go wrong then, can you?
No, you can't.
Good run right here to start for New York. 18-0. There's our bonus ball girl. We're 1 bonus ball girl short. So only half the fun today in that department.
Only half the fun. Yeah. But if you'll notice, Kiamko made a great shot right there to get on the short side of the purple, to play the purple in the top left corner pocket. They're going to try and play the orange in the same pocket. Larry just had a similar shot like this about 4 shots ago. He hit it real good. Let's see how he hits this ball. And like you say, Steve, you need to play position for one of the side pockets in this so you get a breakout, because the rack will come up. Okay, that's the first miss.
New York 19.
Now watch though, as New York or Pittsburgh is going to be on purple. Look where that cue ball finishes up.
Oh boy.
So that was a good miss by Neville in that he's got them snookered already.
It was a good miss, and I think maybe a little birthday luck for that team because he got a great kiss, which was providing the cue ball to end up behind the black.
So here's the captain of this Pittsburgh team, Sean Putnam. And they were a big winner, as we said last week, over Houston, 12-4.
Oh,
nice
wow.
jump right there. And that purple ball nearly went in the side.
Very hard to jump that shot, as you notice. He had to stretch halfway across the table. Not too many people can do that. He's a big guy, so he had a chance at it.
Had that gone in, of course, it would have been a foul, so he's glad it kicked off that corner cushion. Can't knock the object ball you're shooting at into the opponent's pocket.
Okay, he overcut this ball and got fortunate again. As you say, Pittsburgh is on purple. Well, they were going to leave him a shot. He kissed the cue ball into the purple, leaving it on the bottom rail. And they're going to have to play safety here.
There's Adam Smith. Originally from Canada, resides in South Carolina now. He's going to run this one to the upper right. And trying to play it safe there as he called before the shot. Now Strickland again.
That's a real good shot, Steve. The object of this is to keep a ball in front of your pocket, and we're going to have to see what Earl comes with here. Oh, he hit it too thick. This is going to the side pocket. Okay.
We played a 30 in each game of bonus ball, and you can see on your screen there that Pittsburgh is on purple. Notice the purple border around their name. New York is on orange. That's how we help you and the players know which ball they're on based on the colors there on your screen. Here's Silver Ochoa and the Texan just trying to play it a little safe there.
That's a pretty good shot, Steve, because he's tempting Larry to bank it. Okay, and Larry is. He says, okay, I'm going to bank it. And what Larry's thinking here is if he can get the cue ball back over by where he's at, it's a pretty free shot. And that's what he did. That's exactly what he did. Cue ball back over where he's at. Therefore, if he missed that bank, he's not leaving the purple in the poison's pocket.
Just like the way Larry continues to aggressively go with these 3.7 pockets.
Very aggressive.
He's not fazed by them at all.
And you shouldn't be. These players shouldn't be. They're all the best.
Yamko can't get the bonus ball.
New York 2.
He wants that cue ball to keep rolling back toward him, and it doesn't. We'll see what Putnam's able to do here.
If you haven't noticed, Steve, there's been 2 or 3 misses, and each time they've been fortunate not to leave the poison with an easy shot, which is, you know, it's pretty fortunate. 3 misses and not to leave the poison with an easy shot, intentional or not.
2-time Mosconi Cup team member, can't get the purple in. And now, though, that's a good defensive play. Since New York missed the bonus ball, they go back to purple, and that was part of the intent of that leave right there.
That's exactly right.
Strickland trying to bring it back. Can't quite get it to go.
That was a big shot right there, because if he makes that, the orange is going to spot up and give him an opportunity to play position on the bonus ball after the orange with 2 more points. Purple 1 point, orange 2 points, bonus balls 3.
No, just
Let's listen into Putnam and Smith.
Just running.
Defense. Continuation
called.
2 rails to the purple ball, and Smith can keep his turn.
And you're right, Steve. It has to be 2 rails or more. He elected to go 3 rails there, and that's a good call. He just barely missed that shot.
There's not much else you can do in that situation.
There really isn't.
So Neville now will poke in, and keep in mind he'll poke in the purple with an orange that's going to be spotted at the top of the table, so look for his leave to be in that vicinity.
I think it was really important to get good position on this
Come down
orange.
here and we'll bank the black
Let's listen to him.
over here.
Yeah, but
Their purple's coming up for them.
huh?
Purple's coming up for them. So
I'm
we
not
might
just
shoot it in and come here and get, we can break.
I like Earl's choice.
actually, yeah, stay up on this side. Timeout.
Time out, time out.
I'm out.
Stay
So they call it
stay
timeout. Purple's going to be spotted at the bottom of the table. We'll listen in more.
No, actually, purple will not be spotted. If they pocket the orange, they have to get position for the breakout.
Why don't we, the purple one coming.
If they miss, though, they're thinking ahead
No,
to
no.
We're
Pittsburgh.
gonna shoot
Okay,
it.
you're probably right, Steve, but they're actually straight into their pocket with the
Yeah,
orange.
that's right. Come over here. Come over here and we'll make it.
Yeah, just
touch
go
the
2
rack.
rails to here.
What they're trying to do is get
Yeah,
perfect
shoot the
position
two
and make
rails.
the bonus ball and break out the stack once they re-rack. You understand?
Yes.
They're going to re-rack as soon as they make this ball, and they're trying to get the perfect position. And this is the angle they wanted, Steve. This is perfect.
Stop the clock.
He's going to get to cut this ball and go dead into the stack, just like Earl
I
said.
shoot this, right?
Perfect.
Yep.
So Kiamko will now get his team set up for
Don't want me to hit him too hard. Just
a possible
have to hit him right.
27 points here. Of course, 30-0 equals 3
Either side,
points
we get a shot.
in the match. So that's what New York has a possibility to do. And Strickland, of course, is going to want to make this and connect the cue ball with the rack.
You're exactly right, Steve. I'll tell you what, it doesn't seem like they've made 24 points. This team plays with a great pace. That's exactly what he wanted to do. A little unfortunate. I don't believe he has a shot at a purple.
How do you not get a shot?
6.
He's not obviously happy, Strickland, with the leave.
3 to win.
Good break, though, really.
He said, how did you not get a shot?
New York needs a purple and an orange. That totals 3 points. That would give him the shutout, but a very tough one here for Neville.
I like this shot here, Steve. He's going to try and play the cue ball behind the orange in the top left-hand corner pocket. He didn't quite hit it. Ooh, he's begging for it. Okay.
I should have hit him harder.
Okay, we just got.
Now we see Silver Ochoa. Boy, we just haven't heard much from this Pittsburgh team, as it's been all New York so far. Former 2007 Texas Open champion.
And it went right in it. Either side of the orange.
Looking at purple.
This is big here, Steve. They need to get on the board, as you said earlier. They can, if Earl's team beats them 30-0,
I'm out.
they are awarded 3 points. They need to get this point.
Pittsburgh.
This is big.
Pittsburgh's called a timeout. Not much conversation, though. Ochoa lines it up, and he's ready.
Oh, I don't like slow rolling that ball. You need that point, Steve. And what I mean by that is you have to be aggressive and confident in making that, because you need that point. Because if you don't make that ball, it's pretty much costing you the match anyway. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to go ahead and aggressively shoot that ball with speed. Because if you don't, you're giving it an opportunity to roll off, skid, or anything of that matter.
Now Kiamko and company, again, just a purple and an orange away from the shutout. To run it down the left side for a point. Good.
1. Game ball.
Hey, this could be a 30-0 victory for New York, Steve.
Pretty much a gimme right here for the birthday man.
3 and the game.
There
New
it
York.
is, 30-0 shutout. New York gets the victory.
They're pumped up. Earl's pumped.
Well, he should be after that. They sang happy birthday to him, you know, as we said right before. And Earl just kind of sat there dumbfounded. There it is. You can see 3 doubles games up next in this match. Then we'll take a break before we start with the singles and wrap up with the final team event of the night. So Pittsburgh already in a hole, 3-0. Let's head down to the floor with the referee, Lee Brett. He'll get us started with our first doubles game of the match.
Game number 2 for New York. It's going to be Earl and Larry against Sean and Adam. Sure, break Pittsburgh.
So it'll be Putnam and Adam Smith,
Game on.
Strickland and Neville for New York as we start game number 2 of the match. And what are you thinking if you're Pittsburgh, already not only down 3-0, but obviously barely even got each guy shot one time that first game?
Yeah, you know, they know they've got their hands full. But the great thing about this concept and the great thing about this game is this right here. If he gets fortunate, he's going to get a shot. They always are they're optimistic to get a shot like here. He's got a shot. They've got a chance. You know, you're always going to get a chance playing this game if you get to break the balls.
This one, if we can get to it, but if you can't, don't force it. Yeah. Can't get there. You don't have to force it. You know, sometimes it's not the balls to shoot on.
Adam Smith's advice, don't force it if it's not there, but it was. And Smith now set up with his choice of oranges.
We want to get rid of one of those beforehand.
And you said that right. He can shoot either orange, Steve. I personally would shoot the orange in the bottom right-hand corner so you're not contending with the purple that's closest to the cue ball. And this is what he's going to do. Oh, boy.
Uncharacteristic of Adam to miss a shot like that. And it goes right back to New York now. Down 1-0 here, but a shutout in the first game for a 3-0 victory. Excuse me, for a 3-0 start to the match. 30-0 of the first game.
Earl's going to come right out and fire this bank in. Just like that.
1.
Good crowd on hand this afternoon, isn't there? When you get a name like Earl Strickland, they show up. They appreciate Strickland's shot. Now here's Neville to give his team a lead. Easily done. Wanting it to slow down a little bit.
This table's awful fast, but it plays wonderful. I love the rails. They're very consistent. And the look of the table is absolutely great.
Razin table, championship cloth. Strickland for a 6-1 start. And he slides it in.
Look at this position, Steve. Look at this position for the purple on the side.
Kind of like the start to the last game.
Unbelievable. The guy plays great.
They just went shot after shot. Leave after leave was right on the money. Now Strickland will look at orange, upper left corner.
Especially for the corner.
Corner?
Should have a good opportunity to leave on the bonus ball for Neville.
Boy. That's pretty good right there.
Down to the lower left. Doesn't get much better than that.
Okay, what he was worried about there, sorry Steve, what he was worried about there is the black spot's up. He had to draw that cue ball a couple inches. Looks like he got perfect.
Strickland wants to cut this to the left, lower left corner, and he's going to slide it right by that bonus ball, the cue. There's contact, and down it goes.
These guys aren't missing, Steve. They're not missing. Must be somebody's birthday.
Well, it helps when you get leaves like that. Here's Neville for a 15-1 start.
15 spot up next.
So that is now 45-1 in the two games combined.
Pretty strong. Pretty strong. This team's playing with probably the most confidence I've seen.
Still in orange.
Over there.
New York defeated Atlanta last week to kick off the history of this league 15-2. Those two Atlanta points were both shutouts too, so they haven't suffered a 2-point loss in a game yet.
That's strong. That's very strong. Playing position for the purple that spots up here. They are going to be a little tricky on the orange only because it's on Pittsburgh's side of the table.
Neville acknowledging that now, trying to figure out where he's going to send this cue. There's 19-0. Wants to kick it maybe?
Yeah, he was trying to kick that. That was a great
Back the
attempt.
orange down here and try to hook him with the black.
Right, okay.
We don't want to make it though.
Right.
And Larry, here's what Larry told him. He said, bank the orange to the lower left-hand corner pocket and try to hook him. But he said, don't make it. The problem is, if Earl made this shot, what would happen next is he would have no position on the black, and he'd have to make the black. So he doesn't want to make this. He wants to play a safety.
We saw Tommy Kennedy maybe slip up on that in your
He did.
match earlier.
Last match he slipped up on the exact same thing.
He went after the orange ball and got it to go, but left him nothing for the break and shoot.
Yeah,
That's
and he ended up missing.
And that's exactly right.
Yeah, I told you that.
Damn.
There wasn't nothing we could do anyway.
Oh,
We might have been able
It's
to try
good.
to make it.
Nice
you
try.
said purple was coming back up.
No, after you make the
All right, Putnam now. You can hear some of the New York chatter there, but it's Putnam trying to kick this orange back up the other way, and it's going to collide with the bonus ball. That's not a good break for Pittsburgh, and see if Neville can capitalize now. He's got, obviously, the upper left. Again, trying to take into consideration the leave. How are you going to leave this for the bonus ball?
This is a tricky shot, Steve. He
just put
definitely
the right
wants to.
pocket, the black, and you know.
He definitely wants to play it in the upper left, like you say, and he wants to play the black in the same pocket as his. He made the orange, and he's playing the black in the same pocket. That's a great shot there.
You notice the teams have 24 seconds to shoot. For those of you new to the game, you'll see the shot clock in the lower part of the screen underneath the team's score. If that shot clock gets to 0, it's a foul and ball in hand for the next team. We also have 15 minutes in each game. If either team is not to 30 points in that time frame, we go to a shootout. We've seen a ton of those already in 1.5 weeks of this league. So Strickland now, since he's shooting the bonus ball into what appears to be his own pocket, upper left,
Go ahead and try it.
he can score even if he misses the rack.
Okay, Steve, what he's doing here is he is going to play the bonus ball on the top left and try and hit the rack with the cue ball.
Did just enough.
He did that, but they aren't going to be awarded a great
5,
shot,
6 to win.
but they can play a safety.
Pittsburgh is on orange, so keep that in mind as Neville plays this safety. He'll try to barricade maybe that cue ball behind some purple.
New York 5.
Just thinking of nicking it, freezing back on the orange.
Hey, you're on orange.
We're on orange.
We're on orange. They're on orange. Yeah.
Instinctively, after a break and shoot, sometimes you think you're on purple because that's what it is
That
about
also
70% of the time.
That also happened last match. Manny Chow shot the wrong ball because he got a break and shoot. The first ball he shot was a purple.
Cross point.
My fault not knowing that he was on orange.
Smith to bring this orange one back. And that's going to be off the... Boy, Pittsburgh just hasn't had many looks through a game.
They really
plus.
haven't. They really haven't. In defense to Pittsburgh, they haven't had many looks. Earl and Larry have come out
Just roll up.
pretty strong.
Roll your cue ball to here.
And then just roll it to here.
Well, then they got the bank on that orange. Try to hook them with both oranges. You know what I mean?
All right.
7 seconds.
Larry giving some great advice there. He's talking about hooking them on both oranges. One orange is getting hooked with the stack or the rack of balls, and the other orange with the black, which is the bonus ball.
That ball skidded when I shot it. It did.
Basically, if you're Sean Putnam, find an orange ball that's path isn't impeded
Need 6.
by something.
It is impeded.
There's not one out there. He's going to have to, looks like, send this off the rail to the right and back to that orange ball in the corner. All he could do, did it well.
And he did do it well. He hasn't left pretty much of anything right here, Steve. I'm telling you that Larry's noticing that he's in a little bit of trouble. He's probably going to leave some type of a shot after this. And if he doesn't, I'll be surprised.
Separates the pile a little bit.
Okay, and he did leave a shot. He left a couple different choices, Steve.
Putnam can cut that orange in the lower right. What else do you see cutting to the top right?
Yeah, I see the ball to the top right or this ball. Adam Smith can shoot. I think Putnam's shooting after Adam, so Adam's going to play this with the bridge. Much tougher shot using this bridge.
Shot.
Good shot.
Dropped it in. So Smith now sets up Putnam for the bonus ball. Very makeable shot here.
Well, it looks like Pittsburgh's got a chance to get some points here, Steve.
Table setting up well if they can execute their shots. Now they've got a purple on the side. I think that's what Smith was looking at.
They've got a purple in the lower right-hand corner, too.
Yep.
5.
Yeah.
And that's what I would do. I would play this purple and play the orange in the same corner. You do not want to get elevated over this black ball.
And he got just enough kick, I think,
He
to make
sure
this a
did.
lot easier for Putnam than what it could have been.
Absolutely right, Steve.
Here's the man they call Big Bubba.
And he doesn't want to overdraw this ball. He hit it good. I'm telling you, it looked
8.
easy, but that was a tough shot. I mean, controlling the speed of the cue ball on this table is a real challenge.
Pittsburgh kind of needs a little run just for confidence,
They
if nothing else.
absolutely do.
Again, before this little rally right here, they hadn't had many good looks at all. They've got to feel pretty good that they can at least get some makeable shots and now get themselves a chance at least right back into this game.
I agree 100%. They've got an open table here, Steve. They've got an
11.
opportunity to take the lead if they run these balls.
I'm good.
Okay, folks, he's going to try and get on the short side of the orange to the left side of the table, just like this.
Shot.
12.
Now Smith for the 2-point orange, which would put his team within 9. Again, Pittsburgh was shut out in the first game of the match.
I'll tell you what, Steve, this is the only trouble ball I see. If they can pocket this ball and get on the bonus ball, I believe this team could be home free this match. This is a huge shot. Okay, he hit it pretty hard. Okay.
14.
Well, the angle is good for Putnam, but there's a lot of cloth between that cue ball and the bonus ball, and then from the bonus ball to the corner. But that's obviously what he's eyeballing here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he's going to roll this ball in and play the purple on the side. He missed it.
All right, Earl.
Just off to his left, our right.
Pittsburgh 14. 5 minutes, 10 seconds remain. New York leads 24 points to 15.
Go back to Strickland in New York we go now with a 9-point lead.
5 minutes left.
New York on purple as well.
Yeah.
And wants to cut this to the upper left.
He's feeling good, isn't he? You know, Pittsburgh needs to take advantage of this. They've got a couple different options here.
But I do.
A little off angle.
Take the purple over here.
Yeah.
Right cue ball down here. So put some
This is
left.
the right shot.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that one. Yeah.
Okay, as you guys heard, this is a one-pocket shot, and I love this shot. The purple that's in front of the side is actually Adam Smith's pocket, so they're going to cross this ball, playing the cue ball, 2 rails over by the orange. Just like this. This is a one-pocket shot. This is a great shot, and this is the only way they could have won this game.
And now, real opportunity here for Pittsburgh to do some damage again. With 16, this orange would give them 18, and obviously they like where that bonus ball is sitting as well.
Absolutely correct. In this new great game of bonus ball, it's very important to have that ball on your side of the table. What I mean by your side of the table is by your 2 corner pockets, your top corner and your bottom corner pocket. If you've got the bonus ball on that side, you're a huge favorite.
You know, learning this game, that's one thing that I've trained the eyes to look where the purple balls go and the bonus ball after a break every time.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And we're all new at it, Steve, but the game is so ingenious that it's going to take everybody a little time to get used to it. But once you start seeing the shots, it's going to become second nature.
Talk to guys, and I'm talking about some veterans who've been around billiards for years and years, like Strickland, like Johnny Archer. They have really bought into the concept of this game as well.
They sure have. And I'm going to give myself a little credit. I mean, people say that I've been the best one-pocket player in the world for the last 3 years. This game here is more challenging than I ever thought I could find in another game of pool. I never in my life found a tougher game than one pocket until I found bonus ball.
So Smith now, 3 minutes left. Shot clock's at 8. That's one of the things that makes this game so challenging.
Look at this.
9.
Drains it.
These guys are in it, Steve. And they got perfect for the breakout shot.
Yep. Now Putnam will need to connect with the rack because he's probably going to go to that white side right there. And if he doesn't connect with the rack, even if you make the bonus ball because you use your opponent's pocket, you don't get the points and you give up your turn.
Scores are now level 24 points each with 2 minutes and 48 seconds remaining.
Strickland and Neville obviously realized we've got a ball game all of a sudden.
They sure do.
And they knew that going in.
It's 24 to 24. This is huge right here, Steve. Huge. As you would call it. What is it? 2 sequences or 1 sequence?
1 sequence of a purple, orange, and black. We're just going to do it a little bit out of
boy.
order here.
Look at this.
You heard Adam Smith.
He said everything's perfect. I like his attitude, Steve. I like it. He sounds calm. He's gonna. What he's gonna do is cut this this purple into the corner, lower right-hand corner pocket. He's gonna come around 3 rails for the orange in the same pocket.
Put a lot of action on that cue. There it is. Watch it.
Slow
Come
down.
back around.
Slow down.
13. Game ball.
This could be perfect, Steve. This could be perfect.
What a run by Pittsburgh.
It's going to be interesting to see how Larry Neville and Earl Strickland. Oh my goodness.
And that nearly was a foul since nothing went in for Pittsburgh. Knocking a ball into the opponent's pocket would have been a foul. They just avoided that.
Can't play it.
They can play.
You're lucky you see the ball didn't go in because it's going to foul.
I'm going to have to go for it.
Bank
They
it in.
obviously can't use that corner pocket.
They can't play the continuation on us, though.
No.
Huh?
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
Continuations only into the opponent's pocket, Earl. Wow.
Larry Neville for you.
Was that something?
Powerful and straight.
Kick this one in 1 rail. Kick it in 1 rail. That's our hole. And then that's the game.
Kick it in?
That's not the game.
Yeah. Kick it in.
He said to kick it in 1 rail, and that's the game. Earl's not going to be happy if
3. Game
They
ball.
call him the truth, but that wasn't right there, was it?
No, it wasn't the truth. That was far from the game, actually.
He's got to knock in this bonus ball for it to be the game, and it's a challenging shot. Very makeable, though, for a guy like this.
I think they rushed it too much there, Steve. I think they could have taken their time, found something better with a better... Okay.
6 in the game. New York.
What a job. Fist bumps over on that New York side. 30-28, back and forth that one went. That was a fun game, and what a deflated feeling Pittsburgh has to have after getting right back into it.
So exciting, Steve. You got to feel it for Sean Putnam. You know, he had the game, and you really got to feel it for Adam Smith too. I mean, Adam Smith made a great shot coming through range.
Same color, same color.
To a 5-0 start now for Pittsburgh. We've got a couple more doubles games left. If the next two are anything like that, you're in for a ride. Down to the referee, Lee Brett. He'll get us started.
No, it's double.
Are you in one? Good.
Game number 3 is going to be Adam and Silver for Pittsburgh against Larry and Warren from New York. New York, it's your break.
Break.
Game on.
Left side, right, yeah.
5-0, and Neville feeling good about things after finishing that game off. We'll start the next one. You got to like that when you can hit a shot like that to finish a game and then get to be the guy to break and shoot to start the next.
It's more than like that. I mean, it's the best feeling in the world. It's like making the three-pointer at the buzzer. I mean, it's everything. It's everything, Steve.
There we go.
These guys have to have more motivation than they've ever had before.
Yeah, I know.
Looking at this, the obvious shot's going to be for Neville, the purple on the side. There's nothing else really in a white pocket that looks doable, so
Continuation.
Neville's going to call a continuation instead and go purple into orange into the opponent's pocket.
This is a smart shot. He's removing the orange and putting the purple down towards his pocket. These balls are laying real good, Steve.
And keeping the purple that I originally pointed out, too, is the next shot.
Absolutely. Okay, this is, as we call in the old sport, tic-tac-toe. A lot of these balls are laying very easily. I mean, it's going to be hard to make a mistake. As good as these guys are playing, it's going to be hard for them to get out of line here.
Let me point out one other thing about that continuation. You pointed out that it sent the purple ball down to their pocket. They still had the purple ball to make. It also forced the orange to be respotted and away from Pittsburgh's pocket, which is another problem for Pittsburgh.
It sure is. They're making Warren Camco play good. That's how good Larry Neville and Earl Strickland are playing. They're making Camco play good.
Well, when you get into a groove like Neville and Strickland did, it really can feed to the other player on the team.
I mean, you can't help but play good when you've got two teammates like that. But let's not forget Warren Camco really came with it last week.
He did. He played very well for New York in their big win over Atlanta. Decisive win. He was the inaugural Johnny Archer Classic champion, and he's going to set up Neville right now for the bonus ball in a 12-0 start. So this looks a lot like the first game and the first part of the second game for New York.
And these guys don't take... Oh, okay. I mean, that's...
One way to do it?
One way to do it. I was going to say to just roll forward, Steve, you know, and that was a little risky. And he actually got a little bit funny on this ball.
Did he try to do it, or was it the speed of the table?
He hit it too hard. He did play to go to the bottom rail. See, that got a little tricky. If he would have just rolled forward, it would have guaranteed them a shot in that upper left corner. You see? Earl just said the same thing. He should have just rolled. He should have just rolled. It would have guaranteed them a shot on the purple, and probably even an easier shot.
So now Adam Smith will step up for New York. He's teamed with Silver Ochoa. And Smith is going to try to cut this purple in. Shot clock down to 2. Gets it off. Down it goes. First point for Pittsburgh. Here's Ochoa now.
Okay, Steve. They need to do something with that purple in the upper left-hand corner pocket. There's a couple different things they can do.
What do you think, Silver?
I mean, I'm going to have to get you shaped down here.
It's okay. Yeah, that's all right. No problem with that.
Adam Smith's awful calm. I do like his demeanor at the table, especially after what they've been through.
Ochoa sends it down. Yeah, his demeanor is one that if he ever does get rattled, he doesn't show it.
No, he doesn't. I'm very impressed with that.
Frank, get into it?
Yeah.
See, like I said earlier, Steve,
Play continuation.
when they played the purple up in the top right corner, they should have played position on the orange-purple for the continuation. Now they have a dilemma because they have to do something with this purple in the top left corner.
So they're going to try to go continuation here. Black to purple. Just missed.
But you can't hit it with that speed anyway. If you're going to hit it, you got to make sure you hit the purple in the pocket, moving the black ball out. You do not want to hit it that speed. That's suicide.
Because now Neville can poke the purple in and set his teammate Kiamko up for orange.
And the black is still by their pocket. He had to hit that with some speed. Unfortunately, he misdirected that.
Now Kiamko for a 2-point orange to get his team halfway to the necessary 30 to win the game. Sends it down. Here comes the cue ball.
He's going to be on the wrong side here, Steve.
How does the ball do that?
Stop the clock.
Wow. How did the ball do that?
Earl said, how does the ball do that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they've got a very tough predicament right here. The saving grace is at least they've got the bonus ball if they want it in the side for the 3, even if they miss the rack.
That's exactly right. And what Steve's saying is if Larry makes this ball in his side pocket, he does not have to make contact with the rack
To score the points. You can shoot it into your opponents and score, but then it's absolutely necessary to hit the rack.
He missed it.
So Neville just completely misses the bonus ball altogether, and now Pittsburgh will break and shoot. And again, as we talked about earlier, now for those of you just learning this game, the rules and the strategy on the break and shoot, Pittsburgh is purple, so look for the purple balls to go to the right where they've got 2 pockets.
You notice, I don't know if you know what this is, Steve, but this is a cut break that he used here. A lot of people at home do know, and a lot of people don't. This is the same break that LA Wave has been using, and they've been very successful at it. And this turned out pretty good, if you ask me. Anytime you can get an easy shot after the break like this with the purple, you're in good shape, because you've got to get lucky to get a shot after the break. It could have been a lot worse.
But I hit it perfect when I shoot the orange, right?
And Ochoa brings home the purple. You bring up an interesting point, Scott, and you know, hanging around here for a couple weeks since these teams have arrived and starting practicing. Of course, this game is new to a lot of guys as well. Interesting to listen to all the different strategizing and philosophies on how to handle the break and shoot to get the balls on your side of the table.
Obviously, people at home know that one of the keys to mastering pool is the break. So the further we get into this season, the more we're going to learn about the break.
Smith playing a little safety right there as New York is on purple.
We're on purple, right?
They had a much better shot to completely, as Jeremy Jones would say, nestle them behind that orange. So they did give them some error here, Steve, and that's a big mistake with the talent that this Camco's got.
And to slide that purple ball left.
Here, how do you like it?
Does.
I'm telling you, the guy is talented.
Now here comes Neville.
Real first, then
For the corner.
corner, yeah.
Gonna send this cue ball around after it pokes the orange in. There it goes.
Playing the bonus ball in the upper left-hand corner.
Yeah.
So now New York 12 points away from victory here in the 3rd game of the match. Kiamko, very makeable cut on the bonus ball to the side.
And he's actually playing it in the upper left-hand corner.
Or excuse me.
And Larry Neville told him, just go ahead and play the purple in the side.
6, 9 to win.
9 to win, Steve.
Would make it 8.
7.
Sends it down. Now Kiamko. Just back and forth we go, kind of like the early part of this match for New York.
Well, this run right here comes to exactly what I said earlier. If they would have nestled them behind the orange when New York was on purple, Camco wouldn't have had an opening to make that shot that's continuing this run, which is probably going to cost them the match.
Because now New York is 6 points away from victory. Bonus ball here for 3. They'll be halfway there.
Straight shooter, this guy.
12.
Neville sends it down. Now an orange, a purple and an orange away, and look at that.
The crowd loves it, Steve. They love it.
3 to win.
Tell you what, they're getting treated to some great pool this afternoon. Great shooting by this New York team. The makes, the leaves, they've made it look easy,
13,
as
game ball.
Kiamko does there. And now Neville to finish it off. Orange in the side for the win.
15 in the
And
game,
a
New York.
7-0 start for New York as they win this one 30-4.
Shot on that purple, long back.
Boy, they have just dominated here today, and it's very quiet over there on that Pittsburgh Poison bench.
You know, I was about to say that. Listen, I instruct my team as a captain, if we're down 7 points to nothing and my team is sitting like that, when we have a break time, one of them might get slapped. You know, you can't be negative. You have to be positive. This sport is all about positivity, and the game could change after halftime. It could change after this.
It's got to change in a hurry. There you see it, 7-0. One more doubles game left in the match. It'll be Silver Ochoa, Sean Putnam, and Earl Strickland back up there at the table with Kiamko. Down to Lee Brett, the referee. He'll get us going.
Game number 4 for New York is going to be Earl and Warren against Sean and Silver. Pittsburgh, it's your break. Silver, give it a break. Game on.
So here comes Silver Ochoa. He'll break and shoot.
You know what, Steve? This goes back to, and I feel real bad for Sean Putnam. If you remember the match before last, they had the orange and the black to actually overcome New York. He missed the orange in the lower right-hand corner pocket, and now they sit here 7-0 defeated. Let's see how they take this.
Yeah, that could have been a real turning point because they really had things sitting in their favor.
Absolutely.
And how much now momentum shift can affect you the rest of the way on a miss like that. Especially against a guy like Strickland and Neville and Kiamko for that matter. Just can't afford many mistakes like that.
You can't. They're unfortunate here too, Steve. He shot it with 1 second left on the clock, straight into the box.
You know, the funny thing is, this is a very, very good Pittsburgh team. I mean, they won last week over Houston, 12-4. You look up and down the skins on the wall for these three guys, and they've got quite a few of them. But look at Earl Strickland now, 15-2 over Johnny Archer's Atlanta team, and 7-0 here.
Amazing.
22-2 their start.
It's amazing. It's amazing, Steve.
Timeout for Pittsburgh here. They're on orange. Let's listen.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
I was thinking of hitting it with inside, going 4 rails to the side pocket.
What about
because you want to get on the other side
inside
of the
English,
black.
come back around? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and what they're talking about, Steve, is using inside English to come back around for the bonus ball. Okay, he didn't spin it quite enough. He's not happy with that, and I wouldn't be either. It's tough to judge. You know, that was a very tough shot. He was trying to play the bonus ball in the same pocket that he played the orange in. The clock's running here, Steve. Down to 10 seconds.
They just burned their only time out of the game
they better
before
do
that
something
shot.
quick.
8 seconds.
Continuation.
He's called a continuation. He was off the mark.
Easy, purple.
Shot.
So back we go now to New York right there.
Out of them if you can.
Surprised maybe they didn't look for a more defensive type play right there.
Yeah, he was trying to play the cue ball on Silver's defense. He was trying to play the cue ball to the bottom rail there, not leaving Kiamko this cut. He actually overstroked it.
Kiamko cuts the purple in. New York's on the board. Now Strickland on orange.
Well, he's got a great safety here, Steve. The orange closest to the rail, all he would have to do is butter up next to it, nestle it like this.
Because Pittsburgh
just like this.
is on purple.
Well, he hit it a little hard. He didn't want to do that, you see?
New York 1.
He wanted to cover him up on that purple that's up there at the top rail.
Can you just go off this purple and leave him
Underneath the purple and black.
He's not Earl's not happy with that, Steve. He wanted to cover him up. That was a game changer right there because now they can come off of this purple and cover them up, being New York Pride, on the orange.
That's just what Putnam tried to do, and looks like he did a really good job of it.
That's a game changer, Steve.
Almost as if now New York, for one of the few times, is on the defensive here and maybe chasing and advantage Pittsburgh, at least at this stage in the match.
I can't tell. He must have a window or an aisle through the bonus ball and the purple.
Timeout.
They've called a timeout and maybe considering a continuation, and there you see it.
kick on the left side of the purple and hit
New
the
York
orange,
is
the
on
first
orange.
Pull it on that way because they're on purple.
I don't think a continuation really is realistic here.
Well, it is actually, Steve.
orange.
The two oranges are lined up in two
Right here,
Pittsburgh's
right?
pocket,
No,
okay?
left. The
New
first-
York
yeah,
is
you
on
gotta-
orange.
you gotta draw it.
If they
Yeah,
can
you gotta-
contact
Go ahead, all right.
this
Kick it the middle
top
down.
orange,
Yeah, you got to draw.
Right.
Yeah.
making
Draw
the
in.
bottom orange
Hit it.
into the lower right-hand pocket, and it would be a combination, continuation, like you say, but it would be a
15 seconds.
combination.
All right, go ahead.
That is a tight, tight squeeze.
It is, and it doesn't even look feasible to me.
Continuation shot.
Go ahead.
He has called continuation. You heard it.
Okay, yeah, he had to spin or masse that ball just a hair to get by the black. So that they put him in a good spot there.
I couldn't hardly do that.
Dangerously was close to rolling that orange into the Pittsburgh pocket, which would have been a foul instead. Here's Silver Ochoa now.
You got to
I
draw.
like the
and-
shot he shot. He got unlucky.
Pittsburgh, of course, shooting on purple. They've got a slim 3-1 lead. They've led very few times throughout the course of the early match so far.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's using every second of this clock, Steve.
You know, there are some guys that have done that. We've noticed Shannon Dalton has done that.
I watched Chip
Compton
do
is
it
another one who's
yesterday.
done that twice.
Yes.
Use that
know.
and the other orange to block him.
Safe.
He's playing a safety here. And I like this shot. If he gets to the rail, covers him, this is a good shot. I like this shot because Pittsburgh's on purples. Now they're going to have to go at least one rail to make contact with one of those purples. If they do not do that, it's ball in hand for New York.
Charlie Williams, another one. It seems like that 5-second
Yes, he runs the
buzzer
clock down. I've noticed that.
goes off every time, and then there's a couple, 3 more seconds after that.
I
But
tell
hey,
my team to be up and ready to shoot. That gives you 5 extra seconds.
All in hand.
He missed the kick.
Really? You're on purple, Warren.
Yep, Pittsburgh was on purple, and they did not connect with it first. It hit the bonus ball first. That's a bad break for Putnam. You can see his frustration there. Ball in hand for Kiamko and company.
Well, they've got a huge opportunity here, Steve.
Oh, God.
Boy, he almost missed that. Earl said, oh, God.
I thought I said.
Now Strickland. Earl turned 52 today. Bonus ball for 3, and there it goes.
Earl's not happy with that. I think it's okay. He doesn't need to panic. It's his birthday.
This thing's getting me.
5.
No, but they can play, realistically, they can play this purple in the lower left-hand corner pocket.
U.S. bar table all-around champion from 2 years ago. Kiamko to the lower left.
Great shot. That wasn't too bad anyway, what Earl did, you know. Earl's such a perfectionist. If it's not right where he wants to be, he's not happy.
Strickland for 2. The
Great.
WPBL action is free, and folks,
8.
you can't beat that kind of deal with this kind of pool going on. It'll be free also tomorrow for a doubleheader. Pittsburgh and Phoenix, your Phoenix team, Houston and New York after that.
You got 60 of the best players in the world here, Steve. How can you go wrong? And not to mention, I truly believe this is the best game on the planet now.
11.
What's happened here is Camco's overspun this ball, Steve. Earl can cut this to the top left corner pocket like butter. And that's what Earl does. Perfect.
12.
Now he's positioned Kiamko for the orange to the upper left, and that bonus ball sitting right in the middle of the
They
table.
should stun it over here.
Huh.
That's the right shot. Just
See.
stun it over there. If I then I can pocket here if you don't get far enough.
What is he talking about? Stun it over there.
Kiamko's got to look
Stun
like
it
he's
over
asking
there.
the same thing.
Has he gone crazy here? No, you don't need to stun it. You play the black. Oh, he's completely sharked his own man here. This is real entertainment because Camco was perfect.
New York, 12.
Let's listen to him real quick.
Time. Like good strategy.
Shit.
Should I just put safe?
Yeah, I like the save. Can you bank the purple towards
Oh,
the
it's
Yeah,
mostly
that's
Pittsburgh now. You're exactly right. Kiamko looked a little dumbfounded at that request, and that might have well affected his ability to make that shot.
Steve, I'm confused. He was straight in. He was perfect.
And Ochoa just
What was
knocked
this?
the purple ball in a white pocket.
I'm
My shot.
confused again.
Yeah, orange. Orange then black.
Okay, maybe it was their strategy all along, Steve. Maybe they knew Silver was going to shoot it into their pocket.
Wrong pocket
You know?
there.
It is Earl's birthday.
He just took advantage of the gift, and he took the 2 points right there. Didn't sound too crazy about his leave. In the meantime, oh, it's one thing to make a mistake, you know, just missing a shot, but that's one you can ill afford to make against a team like this.
Camco still looks traumatized from the last decision Earl had him make, but like you say, that was catastrophic. Yeah, you know, Silver obviously looks dumbfounded. Well, they better be hoping this does something sweet, and it did.
Got just the kick they wanted for
Curve, yeah, I know.
the orange ball to get a little bit, or the cue ball rather, to have a little bit of an angle on the orange, and then it'll be a break and shoot after that. So the leave is important here, especially.
8.
Basically like a straight pool break shot. You know, this is basically what you're looking for, except for the bonus ball is normally on the spot. And you're going to see guys like us continuously get better at playing position for the ball in the middle of the table and cue ball going into the rack.
And it's so critical, too, because we've seen a number of guys in just the short span of this league scratch off of this. So learning the angles where that leave should be is critical.
Absolutely, but I've already noticed after this week, players are doing it much less. They've noticed you have to hit this head ball. If you hit the side of the rack, it's a real high probability of a scratch.
Shot.
Just like that.
He hit it head on. And you can almost tell just by the angle of that rack, the way that it's shaped,
absolutely right,
that a cue ball is going to head to a corner pocket.
Right.
They're on purple too.
Right?
Yep, they're on purple.
He's just going to go all out here, Steve, and play this purple in the top left corner pocket, because if he makes this purple, he's going to be rewarded tremendously with points.
And it's one more sequence for New York is all, a purple, orange, and black. That'll be worth the 6 they need to wrap this up. Sending it to the left.
Shot one.
Beautiful.
Wow. All we need is orange and black.
You heard it from Larry Neville.
Get the orange straight down, you got the black on the side.
If I miss it, I sell out.
Don't worry about missing, just make it.
Just make him put the cue ball here.
It seems like Earl's gone on tilt in the last 10 minutes.
So, yeah.
Now he's talking about missing and stunning the ball.
I knew I'd
He's on tilt. I know him like the back of my hand. The guy's up 7-0 in points, leading his team like a champion, and just goes crazy. What's going on?
25 points to 3.
Yeah, just made it.
And that is the way that he shot today, to question his ability to make that fairly straight-on shot.
That he should never even be doubting missing that shot, okay? You know, that shows negativity.
It just shows you right there how important confidence is, because he was already talking himself out of making it.
Absolutely right.
And look what happened.
And look what happened.
But he's a Hall of Famer, not me, so I better shut up.
Well, this is the thing about Earl, though. When Earl comes to play, he's unbelievable. When the bad Earl comes to play, he's catastrophic. And you never know who's going to show up. Let's just be honest.
Putnam to give his team 9. Sends it down. Pittsburgh obviously needs a run right here.
6.
That'll help. Now Ochoa. You know he wants to make amends.
Yeah, he does, and he's a little tricky here on this purple. Well, that worked out good. He can play the orange, Steve, into the side pocket.
The orange that went in is part of the collateral damage, is simply respotted since he made the ball he was shooting after in his own pocket. They just simply respot the one that went in the opponent's.
I'll tell you what, Steve, I've had a lot of these shots into the side pockets, and those pockets look real small. These shots are not easy. Great shot. Great speed.
He made it look easy, but you're right, it's not.
It's not easy. And great speed, too.
So now here's Ochoa. Pittsburgh not out of this now. They're going to have to do a good job on the leave to get that purple in the lower right. Sends it back. Perfect.
Nice stroke. He wants it to sit so that they can send the cue ball up table after making this purple, playing that orange in the top right corner pocket.
No, Pittsburgh badly wants this one. We're going to have the intermission after this game, and you don't want to sit there and think about being down 9 or 8-0 through a whole intermission.
Well, you hit it right on the head, Steve. I mean, they've got so much pressure on them as it is. They're down 25-16. They need to finish this rack out. They are going to have a problem with the orange in the top left corner pocket.
You don't have to get the third either if you don't want to.
Wouldn't be as much of a problem if that cue ball didn't rest right against the rail, but that's pretty much where it is. It's just a little bit off.
Boy, this guy, he's got the timing down perfect, because I'm telling you, there was less than a second left.
Back and forth up there.
Kind of like Peyton Manning, you know,
pretty awesome.
He gets back in the pocket. They say he knows exactly when to get rid of the ball before he's going to get hit. Ocho is kind of the same way,
well, it looks
shooting
like
his stick.
he really does have it timed, you know. He waits for the buzzer, and he settles himself. I mean, I could never do that.
Putnam for the bonus to put his team within 4, and that's well off the mark.
15. 3 minutes remain. New York leads 25 points to 18.
What he did there wasn't too bad. He was protecting the orange. New York is on the orange, and he's trying to keep them from being able to cut this ball into the top left corner.
Now Pittsburgh is going to go back to purple, keep in mind, so pay attention to this leave. The purple is going to be spotted at the bottom of the table, and he sneaks that cue ball in right
That's
there.
That's exactly right. Good point, Steve. And what Steve's talking about is, since Pittsburgh is on purple, they know it's going to spot there. So what New York tried to do is play the cue ball behind the bonus ball, getting themselves ball in hand. Obviously they didn't get there, but it was a great attempt.
That was the intent. Now Ochoa on purple. It back. The speed is good, but well off the mark.
This is a good shot too. New York is on orange. That is Pittsburgh's side pocket. So, okay.
Yeah, orange.
Okay, what he's going to do here is just roll this orange to the rail, just like this, covering them up on their purple ball.
2-minute warning.
And there's the 2-minute warning. Again, if we reach the end of regulation here and that 15-minute clock works down to 0, it's at 1:50 right now, and nobody's at 30, then we have a shootout. And we'll explain how the shootout works if and when we get there. Here's Putnam, though, trying to give his team 19. Probably has a lot of defensive strategy in his mind as well here, though.
Well, he's looking to make good contact here, just like this. Okay, if he makes solid contact like that, the bonus ball becomes a much bigger ball, because the cue ball is not going to slide left, right, back, forward. He's going to make solid contact, and what he's done is reverse the situation.
Side.
He's got to make a good contact on this and keep the purple, keep them from getting a shot on the purple. And he did not.
All right, y'all.
Was he trying to move that orange in front of the
He was
pocket?
trying to play the orange over towards the white side pocket, play the cue ball down somewhere where the chalk is, down on the bottom rail. That's what he was trying to do. He hit it too full, leaving them straight in, but this is not necessarily easy because he's over the black bonus ball.
Sends it in.
It's a nice steady shot, and he said he's just going to leave Sean this cut.
Look at Pittsburgh now picking up the pace with the clock winding down. They've still got time to rack up some points here.
He better hope something good. Oh, that's not good.
Got a bad break off that kick off the bonus ball.
And I'll explain why. Now they have to shoot the bonus ball into their opponent's pocket. Now they're going to make it, but if they don't contact the rack with the cue ball, they are not awarded the points, and they lose their turn.
Just a bad kick because he was trying to set Ochoa up for the upper right.
This is a big shot, Steve. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
What a great shot. The crowd loved it.
Great shot, Silver Ochoa, and
6.
don't go anywhere yet. Pittsburgh 3 points away. They've got to hurry, and Putnam looks like
they're taking their time here.
The purple one at the top and try to make it. Tie the score.
they've got 3 shots. And if you can get 2 shots and the cue ball to stop, you can shoot your last shot even if there's nothing on the clock. But instead, Pittsburgh is content to shoot 1 more and then go to a shootout.
Well, this is unfortunate, Steve, because he has to. Yeah.
Shootout.
He had to kick it there. If they would have got a good shot there, they could have gone a point or 2 ahead. Instead, they're a point behind.
And the key being, let's say that Pittsburgh breaks, shoots, but doesn't score on their first shot. they lose the match. They lose the game.
That's exactly right.
New York gets the point. Only 1 point available now because we've gone to the shootout. Pittsburgh will again break and shoot, needing to get to at least 25, which is just 1 point.
This is a good break here, Steve. This is such a huge key to this
sequence
game, is getting a shot after the break. He's got the purple in the side pocket. I would play it just like this. Purple in the side pocket, orange in the top right corner. Orange in the top right corner.
That assures that New York will have to shoot to try and get a point in this shootout. Here comes Putnam now.
Now he needs to make sure he makes this
Black in the
ball.
corner.
Because then, if New York scores even a point in their shootout, they'll get the point for the
Sean
game.
asked him where he wanted to play position. Silver said, get me to the side pocket. Sean is going to the side pocket. Okay, he didn't scratch. And Silver's got a shot.
Got a little close for comfort there to that purple, but it looks like Ochoa's got the angle to get to 30.
6, Pittsburgh
And he does.
guaranteed 1 point.
Well,
They're on the board,
It breaks
Steve.
down, mate.
they got themselves a point. Now, if Pittsburgh runs this to or New York runs this to 30, they'll get a point also. Each team can get a point in the shootout. That's what New York is hoping for right here.
One sequence, purple, orange, black.
In fact, we saw that
New York
happen.
need to score 5 points.
Saw that happen with this guy, Earl Strickland, against Johnny Archer in their singles duel they had a little over a week ago. It went 1-1.
Look at this cue ball.
Just stopped on a dime.
He is so talented. I mean, he really
Got
is.
a shot.
Your shot, Ern.
Your shot.
I ain't got
Needs to
one.
look purple right here
Oh, shot.
into a white pocket. What's Earl going to
He
do?
is- Steve, he said he doesn't have a shot. He's gotten terribly negative, and I don't want to talk bad about Earl because I love him to death. But he can cut this purple on the side. The guy's a Hall of Famer. Oh, man, he looks like he's giving up.
Foul. Pittsburgh win 1 point to win the shootout.
Now he's
So now
looking
be
at
a
the crowd.
15-minute interval. We'll be back at about
My dog's
5:17.
Take it away, Steve.
My dog.
Well, we'll see if Earl can regroup right here. His team very well in command, 7-1 as we head to the intermission. But it'll be interesting to see Earl Strickland, who started off so well in this match, but just from his comments, things got a little negative. Then he started missing. Stay tuned. It should be interesting after the break. But New York well in the command right here. 7-1 as we head to the break. You're watching WPBL action on WPBLTV.com. Welcome back to the WPBL Arena in Las Vegas as we get start for the second half of the action. The New York Pride 7, Pittsburgh 1. However, Pittsburgh got that one in a shootout in the last game of this match before the break. So we'll see if that momentum can carry over. Also interesting to see Earl Strickland here in the second half started to miss a little bit, maybe confidence becoming an issue. Stay tuned. It should be fun. Down to the floor we go. Referee Lee Brett will get us started with the singles part of the match. Lee?
Game number 5, we now have a singles match. Playing for Pittsburgh, Sean Putnam, and playing for New York, Earl Strickland. Earl, you will break. Game on.
Steve Strain with the freezer, Scott Frost. And Scott, I say that because Earl questioned himself right there before the end of the last game. What if I missed this shot? We were both surprised by that, and then he did miss it, and he missed another one after that.
Well, I'll tell you what, Steve. I did listen to him outside at halftime, and he's very confident still. He admits that he made a mistake by letting Camco shoot the shot a certain way instead of letting him shoot it his own way. I think he's going to persevere, definitely.
All these other balls off.
For 1 point to start this game.
Okay.
Stroke is good right there.
That's a huge indicator with this guy. If he comes out looking like he's trying and pocketing the center of the pocket, the other team is always in trouble. This guy has got more firepower than anybody on the planet.
He's matched against Sean Putnam of Pittsburgh as Strickland leads 3-0. So it's captain versus captain here. Those are the two captains of these two teams. Advantage early is New York, and Strickland can double the 3-0 lead right here.
That's exactly right. And I expect him to run 12 to 15 more points minimum.
Bonus ball is respotted. Just working his way methodically around the table right here.
I believe his next shot is going to be the orange for the side, and it is.
Again, Earl and his New York Pride, the home team, they're in white jerseys. That's significant to you new viewers because they can only score, with the exception of a rare occasion, in white pockets. And you see the 3 white pockets on the table. Strickland going for the side.
This is a great shot. He played the bonus ball up in the corner pocket, killing the cue ball with left-hand English. He only had one real good pocket to play to, and this is where he's going.
On a roll right now is Earl Strickland. He's up to 12. That's 2 sequences. Now he'll start the third, and he's still got plenty of opportunities out there too, the way these balls are lined up.
He's going to play the orange up in the top left corner pocket. He's going to play the black in the side by where the cue ball is sitting now.
John Putnam hoping to shoot soon, but the way Earl Strickland's going, it might be a bit. New York opened up this match with a shutout, 30-0. To start things off. They scored 4 more points after that. They lead 7-1, and Strickland obviously now not real happy with this leave.
Sorry, Steve, but as I pointed out before, he had a perfect angle to draw the cue ball back just a hair, and he could have played the black bonus ball in the right-hand side pocket, which is his pocket. He elected to go cross table, and now he's gotten cattywampus.
Trying to cut it. Is it enough? Is it on line? Yes.
How's the ball bounce? That's impossible. That ball's bounced.
What is he? He's saying it's impossible, but I don't know what else he expected. He made a great shot. That's the perfectionist in Earl. I like this shot, and if he's doing the right thing, he just stops the cue ball right there, and he snookers them behind the black. And this is what he's done, Steve. You know, they have nothing here. He might be able to see the left edge of this purple, but what good is that? I like kicking to the side rail and laying the purple down on the top rail, leaving them straight in, leaving Earl's team straight in to the Pittsburgh pocket. And this is what he's doing. Oh, he hit it hard. Well, that's risky. That's real risky with this guy. You don't want this guy shooting long straight shots, I'll promise you.
That's pretty much what he has right here for 19 and a chance at another sequence right here. That orange may present a bit of a challenge. We'll see what Earl tries to do with the cue ball after this make, provided it goes.
You don't want this guy shooting long straight shots, Steve.
I think I heard somebody say that.
Yes. He didn't even know what ball he's on next. It doesn't matter. He shoots so straight.
I can't hold the
Now he's going to split this in the pocket. He's going to bank this one rail 165 miles an hour. Okay, he elected to play safe. He elected to play safe, being that Pittsburgh is on purple. I wasn't a huge fan of
too
that.
hard, didn't I?
Well, I definitely wasn't a huge fan of that. He could have banked at that ball and got position on the black, as good as he plays.
Earl saying as he went back to the bench, he hit it too hard. The good thing is he left the cue ball on the right side of the table as you look at it, so Putnam trying to play it safe now.
I really like this shot. What he elected to do there is put the purple, which is the ball that they're on, and he's going to get a shot on that next, right in front of his side pocket. So now Earl has to defend from the purple in that side pocket, which is nearly impossible.
Going to send that cue right into the pocket. Boy, he was trying to get it to stop right there. But that's a big risk.
That is a huge risk. That's why Sean made such a great shot, and that's all Earl could do. He got a little unfortunate scratch, but what do you expect? He's sending it towards the corner pocket. Well, he leaves a big opening for Sean here, Steve.
Give Sean Putnam credit for really thinking that previous shot through, and it pays off now as he's got the point. Now he's got a chance to get on a run. I think that cue ball squirted about an inch or two farther than he wanted, though.
That's a huge error right there. He had 4 feet he could have got. He didn't want to be below this ball because, remind you, he has to play position on the black bonus ball. He's mentally strained right now.
Look out. He nearly scratched right there. And Strickland missed on the orange, so that's where he'll pick up, leading 19-1, trying to cut this orange into the corner and move that cue ball around for a chance at the bonus ball. Here it comes.
He's hit it a little firm, leaving himself pretty straight.
Gotta hit the rack, Earl. It's all right. You can stun it. Just stun it and bump the
So
rack.
he's going to
All you
have the
gotta do
bonus
is
ball into the black pocket,
as long as you
and
can
then
hit it up
the rack, of course.
follow or just stun
And
it.
yeah, you don't
just
always
touch the
want to
rack.
be straight on in this
All you gotta do is
situation.
Especially-
A little bit of an angle, but not much.
But especially into your opponent's pocket, as you heard Larry Neville say, if you could hear him say it, he said, "You've got to hit the rack here, Earl." So in other words, he's got to make this and connect the rack. This guy is talented, man. He's talented. I love it.
Whether not
And the first thing Larry said was they're on orange because Earl doesn't have much of a shot right here at purple.
Well, he does have a defensive shot. There's always a defensive shot, Steve.
Good luck. Cue ball come up here.
Pittsburgh on orange. Let's watch Earl and see what he does here.
I ain't continuing nothing.
We know what he's not going to do.
In case that. See, in case that.
I love this shot, except for what he
New
did.
York 5.
He,
New York leads 24 points to 1.
it was a highly advanced shot, actually, what he was doing there. It looked like a mess, but he was playing the orange over and the cue ball up table, removing the orange before hitting the purple first. It just unfortunately didn't work out. It was a highly advanced shot, what he had planned there. He just got a bad kiss.
So he's left Putnam with an opportunity right here, apparently in that side. Sends it that way and down. Putnam has set himself up for the bonus ball in the upper right.
It looks to me like Sean's energy is way down. And in this game, if your energy is down, it feeds onto your team. Made a good shot here, but the bonus ball spot's up here, Steve. Okay, this makes this shot about 60% harder.
Would have liked that cue ball to either stop an inch or two short or roll an inch or two more.
Exactly.
But right where it is, you can see the challenge in this shot.
And this is why it's 60% tougher.
Orange, black, Earl. That's
Anytime you're over another ball
Pittsburgh
on
5.
3.7-inch pockets, it's not a lot of fun.
So Strickland takes over now. He's on purple as well, leading by 18. Folks, you can catch the action tomorrow here on WPBLTV.com. Absolutely free again. Noon Pacific and then 4 o'clock. Earl Strickland and company will be in action at 4 o'clock again tomorrow as they take on Houston. Here's Strickland running purple all the way down, and that shot's good.
What are they on?
They're on purple.
I couldn't get no position.
No way.
Let's go down table, right?
Yeah.
1.
Yep.
People please turn off their cell
I'll
phone.
play it. I'll play the orange.
What a cut right there, and look at that.
3. Game ball.
I didn't
Well,
want to make it.
It was good and it was bad,
Ain't that
Steve. Was it
amazing?
really worth the 2 points to have this shot now? I don't necessarily know, because you're more than likely to leave a shot for Pittsburgh. He can't shoot this in the lower right corner. That's his opponent's pocket.
Just going to play it a little bit safe. Pittsburgh is on purple.
That turned out pretty good.
Well, yeah, you look at where the purple balls are now, figuring Putnam's got to go to a black pocket. That's a real good leave. Strickland playing it safe right there, leading 21 points, and his team up 7-1 in the match.
Yeah, this is overwhelming for Pittsburgh right now, I'll tell you that much. They don't have anything good to look at. Earl's up 27-6, and there's about 3 seconds left. Okay, that's a start. That's a start. That's a good shot. It's a start.
No chalk.
There you go.
What happened to the
Stop the clock,
chalk?
please.
It's all over here.
Earl just answered me.
There was
Stop
no
the clock.
chalk. They stopped the clock.
It's on purple.
And down to 10 seconds.
Did New York steal all the chalk?
Yes, they did. Good move. But hey, it's Earl's birthday.
Good shot.
Okay.
3.
Okay, that's a great shot under the pressure. But he's got to make another one. They just New York just said he's got to make another great shot.
Few of them
And he did.
to get back into this game, and he's on his way now. 27-12. There's Ochoa and Smith hoping they'll see Putnam get on a run. It'll be Larry Neville and Adam Smith in the next game of this match, going head-to-head.
He's a little bit of a jackpot here, Steve. I'm sorry, but obviously he's on the orange neck, purple, orange, black. He doesn't have a good bank here because it's so close to the rail. I don't know what he's planning. Okay, and that's why he didn't have a good shot at it. It was so close to the rail, he could have double kissed that shot.
Pittsburgh 7, New York.
Well, this is real trouble right now because Strickland just needs a purple and an orange, and this is tailor-made. This is almost like 2 slam dunks, isn't it?
Not really. It's like 3 slam dunks.
Game ball.
I thought that ball was a little bit straighter, Steve. So now he's got a perfect cut. This is game ball.
Game, New York.
Strickland sends it in. 2 more for New York. They've grabbed a commanding 9-1 lead now in this match. With another singles game to come up next, it'll be Adam Smith and Larry Neville.
Earl wanted to keep playing there, Steve.
I don't blame him shooting like that.
This table makes me bear down.
Earl just said this table makes me bear down. And you know what? It makes me bear down too. I really love it. This brass on table is unbelievable.
His team is bearing down. They're up 9-1. Smith, Neville up next. The referee, Lee Brett, will introduce. Let's roll.
Game number 6, singles game. Larry Neville for New York against Adam Smith for Pittsburgh. Adam, it's your break.
You're up, right?
Game on.
So Smith will break and shoot. Gets more chalk from the New York side.
Yep.
They do. They've got it all over there.
They do.
There was like 8 pieces of chalk out
They've
there.
got all the points and all the chalk.
Yeah. They've chalked up points and they've chalked up chalk.
Oh, you're too slick for me, Steve.
Yeah. Did we chalk that? No, never mind. All right, I mistakenly said Adam was from South Carolina earlier. Columbus, Ohio. My apologies. Breaks. Now
Cut
Adam will
break.
shoot.
He needs 2 past the head string. He's got 3 past the head string.
Good for you.
I'll tell you what, I'm becoming a bigger fan of this cut break. I'm not very good at hitting it because I don't play a lot of 9-ball, and it's actually an old 9-ball break.
And actually, if I understand it right, it's a combination of makes or balls past the head string.
That's exactly right.
And he made 2 as well, so he was pretty much in the clear at that point.
He was in the clear.
All the things, though, you got to remember about this game.
There's a lot of facets.
Cutting the purple to the side, and the scoring is underway.
Oh, look at this.
On orange now.
He got a fortunate little bump there, but he was rewarded because he made a great shot.
The challenge here, of course, Freezer, is going to be that bonus ball. That's what he's thinking about next. And we talked about this, watching that bonus ball after the break. Does it go to your side or the opponent's? He may well make this orange. The key is going to be what he has left on the bonus ball.
Yeah, and that's what Silver Ochoa and Adam were talking about. Okay, New York, I only see 1 shot here. He's got to cross bank this.
Yeah. Or you can just maybe. Yeah.
He's got to cross bank this to his pocket, and if any special. Okay, maybe he's wow, he went rail first.
Pittsburgh 3.
That can be dangerous because if New York is able to get a purple down, they could try a target shot orange to the bonus ball.
But I believe that he played to cover them up behind that orange and play the bonus ball over there.
Saving it for his next shot.
Larry doesn't have much here. Larry Neville, what a great player, straight shooter, all-around talent.
Timeout.
Taking his time out, Steve, and well needed because he doesn't have a lot here.
That can be a little stressful, though. I'm not saying he made the wrong decision. He clearly needed to. But when you call a timeout that early and you're always fighting that 24-second shot clock, that could make things dicey a little later.
It could, but, you know, like you say, when it's time, it's time. And in this position, I think a timeout is well-deserved.
Keep that in mind. Neville has used his timeout.
I think that was a real wild shot, to be honest.
Nothing. I like it.
Yeah.
Adam Smith again has gone back to purple, and he may have a target shot opportunity now. He's on purple. If he could knock purple into the bonus ball, he'll get 3 points if the bonus ball goes.
You know, Jeremy Jones said it best the other day when he was commentating our match. You need to go ahead and get the points that are out there. He can play the purple in the lower right-hand corner, play the orange in the top right-hand corner, and then the bonus ball.
Purple is a gimme. There it is. Now on orange.
He's going to play the continuation. It's
Well,
actually a target.
and
isn't
that's a
it, Steve?
mistake. They're going.
Target call.
Okay, he corrected himself.
Didn't.
He did.
That would have been trouble.
Okay.
But he did correct it.
See, I would have went a little further and just played the orange because this is a tough shot. And he got fortunate. He double kissed it in.
So he stays on orange now, and that's obviously
Four.
very makeable for him. And now Adam Smith has put himself in really good position right here. If this one goes down, you can see where the purple balls are, and the black is in a very favorable spot at the middle of the table. Let's watch and see how far this run goes.
No, he made a nice shot here.
6.
Bonus ball now.
He did roll a little far, Steve. He's going to have to contend with the two oranges, unless he'd like to draw the cue ball out, which I think that's what he's doing, and it is. Okay, he drew it out, and he got perfect, I believe.
So Adam Smith now starting to position himself really well in this game against Neville. 12-0 the score right here. Boy, his team desperately could use 2 points, but obviously they're sniffing 3 right now with the shutout still intact.
Well, they definitely need the points, but more so a win. You know, they need a win. I don't care if it's 2 points or 3 points. If they beat them with 0, that's great, but just they need a win. They need a win to get this team going.
Sends down the purple for 13, and now Smith will work on orange.
Now the trick here, Steve, is going to be the black. He's got to figure out where he wants to be, and he's pointing his cue as to where he wants to be, so I think he's going to cut the orange that's closest to New York's pocket. He's going to cut it to the upper right-hand side, and he's going to try and play the bonus ball in the same pocket.
A little more roll, and he's getting it, and beautiful.
And that turned out really nice. I tell you what, if you have the skills, this table plays for itself. It's a wonderful table. I really, really enjoy playing pool on this table with these tight pockets. It makes you bear down, as Earl Strickland would say.
John Putnam and Silver Ochoa watching Adam Smith bear down. Bonus ball here to get him to 18. Sends it home. That's championship cloth out there on a rising table.
This is perfect again, Steve. This Adam Smith has shown me a lot. And in the break, I told him I loved his demeanor, and he showed me a lot of gratitude. I really like this guy's attitude right now.
For 19. Good.
Okay, let's see what happens here. He needs to get by it. He did.
16.
Well, you couldn't place some of these leaves better with ball in hand.
No, he's playing perfect right now. I don't want to jinx him, but he's playing perfect.
Also is an instructor in his spare time, teaching the game.
For you folks at home, you see with the tip of his cue where he wants the cue ball to end up. And he's perfect right here, Steve.
Stop the clock.
Great shot for the break and shoot for Adam Smith. Things looking very good for him right now. Larry Neville sitting on his bench wondering if he'll get another shot. There he is talking with Earl Strickland, but the way Adam Smith is going, it's going to be tough.
This in one sequence.
He's asking his team how many points he needs. He needs this in one sequence. As we spoke earlier, Steve, this is a very important shot. Contacting the head ball, which is the top orange ball, is the key to this shot. Either side of that rack, and you're almost a favorite to scratch.
Oh, and he missed it.
All right.
You give a guy like Larry...
That's a heartbreaker.
When you leave the door even just a little bit open for a guy like Larry Neville, you're still playing with fire. There's a long way to go. There could be in this game.
You're absolutely right. It's a serious heartbreaker right there. He made a perfect run. We're talking great about him, and we still will. But you know what I think he did there? I think he was too much worried about the
Back
rack
18.
and took his eye off the ball.
Break and shoot for New York.
Neville was outstanding last week in New York's win over Atlanta.
Look at this cue ball, Steve. You know, these guys, Earl and Larry and Camco, they're placing this cue ball like it's on a string. You know, that's where I want my cue ball every time I break.
Point out that when the break and shoot is missed, the bonus ball, the player then gets his choice of either re-breaking or playing the table as it is.
Correct.
Neville chose to re-break.
Now, I'd like to point out the shot he just shot. He shot that purple, so it opens up that purple, the other purple that was next to it. That's the reason he shot that purple. He's looking for the long-term run right here. Moving that purple was key.
Which looks very good because he's got this orange cut into the side. 2 more purples in really good shape.
I'll tell you what, this guy's so talented.
Great.
He needs this ball to slow down. And it didn't. He's got a 160-degree cut right here. I don't even think you can spin this. He's probably, okay, he is going to spin it.
Oh, he hit the bonus ball first.
Well,
Oh, excuse me, he was on the bonus ball. I beg your pardon.
He was on the bonus ball,
three.
Steve, and he
Pittsburgh lead,
overcut
21
this
points
ball.
to 3. 8
Overcut
minutes,
this
30
ball.
seconds
That's
remaining.
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, it was hard enough to get it straight back to the pocket
Right.
on the line he was at. And
Right. He
overdid
overdid
it.
Shooting that, not having orange.
See how talented that Larry Neville is.
That's
Now it's
exactly
Smith
right.
again.
Well, Adam is on purple. He's got a purple, but what does he have after the purple?
Timeout.
What about
Call the
targeting off the
timeout.
purple?
Target, yeah.
The billiard, yeah.
Oh, I definitely don't like this. You've got to just get the points you can get right now. This shot is way too tough. The difficulty is too tough. I like playing this purple, Steve, in the top right corner pocket, and if that orange can bank cross side, that's what you do. Or if the orange goes in the side, pardon me, that's what you do next. I think this is a tough shot.
Told you he couldn't make that shot.
Off the mark. Both players are on purple because they both missed the bonus ball after their previous shot. And after you miss the bonus ball, you go back to purple.
Good point, Steve.
Neville.
He's playing this in the side pocket past the bonus ball.
Little crack to do that in. And he does.
Pretty straight shooter, huh, Steve?
I'd say. Ball's in great shape if Neville can get this one in. Doesn't.
Well, I'll tell you what,
One.
he had the length of the table on that shot. Slick cloth, great championship cloth, but very slick, and he's using inside English. It's a tough shot to judge.
Smith now is on purple. He's just going to play a little safety right there with Neville on orange. Boy, what a good shot it was to get it behind that purple, but Neville does have a little bit of room.
Yeah, he actually left Neville straight in.
He takes advantage of it.
And that's really going to hurt because I see him running all of these balls out. Oh, he hit this too hard. He hit this too hard.
5.
Boy.
Going lefty here.
Yeah, he hit that last, he
You're
hit the
up
bonus
5.
ball too hard.
Make it high, right?
Well, the ball's getting away from me.
Stay high. Away
The
from
ball's
that
getting
more.
away from me.
And Earl said the ball's getting away from
Yep,
me.
we're both on purple.
Speaking
Playing
about the
for that
cue
ball
ball.
here, weren't you? Yeah. Okay, overran a little.
Adam Smith on purple, kicking it away from Neville's pocket. And this is where the cat and mouse chess game, call it what you want, it begins a lot of times in a situation like this. A few balls on the table, both players working on the same color.
That's right. Larry called a continuation. What he's going to do here is play a billiard. He's going to play off the purple, cue ball going into the orange, making the orange in the right corner pocket. He tried it. It was a difficult shot.
Continuation, right?
Earl having a heart attack.
And now at the opposite end of the table, it looks like Smith is trying to do the same thing.
He must have got hungry.
You're exactly right, Steve.
Purple into orange,
Continuation.
into the opposite corner pocket.
And that's what he's going to do. And he's going to play shape for the purple in the top right corner pocket. Watch the top right corner pocket and the purple ball. Top right corner pocket now.
Come on, baby.
That's what he wanted.
Don't want that to
He
go
might-
in if you're Adam Smith because it's respotted. Now it stays in front of his pocket.
That's right. And I don't believe the bonus ball has him snookered. He's looking at it now. If he doesn't have him snookered, he's in a good position to win this game. 9 points away.
Get to 22.
Okay, great stroke. Great stroke.
Now he's in position to make a run like he did to jump out to this big lead. He's on orange now for 24 with the bonus ball in the heart of the table.
That mistake that Larry made, running the cue ball too far, could cost him this one-on-one match.
New York's first 2-point win of the day. A few points away, though, as Smith now gets to 24. 3 more balls, as you can see your teammate Manny Chow looking on, along with Darren Appleton.
I love the way my teammate Manny Chow and Tommy Kennedy played today. They played great. I'm proud of them. But I'll tell you what, I'm even more proud of Adam Smith because he's standing strong, and he looks like he could take this match.
3 points there.
This is going to be nice. This is going to be nice, Steve.
Now to 27, so a purple and an orange away from his team's first 2-point win of the day. They did get a point in a shootout just before intermission.
Hey, this is game ball right here, Steve.
Game ball.
Larry Neville, his head is down and he's grimacing.
Tell you what, when you beat Larry Neville and you beat him 39, assuming Smith does, you've really done something.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy about it.
9 and the game.
He sends it down. A great job by Adam Smith, 30-9 over Larry Neville, and it's now 7-3 in favor of New York. So a good job, 9-3, excuse me, but a good job by Adam Smith to get his team their first 2-point win of the day.
I'll tell you what I love there, Steve. I really love the fact that they were down and had such a deficit to overcome, and this kid comes out with motivation, talent, and did his job. He wasn't thinking about the score. He was thinking about what he had to do.
Warren Kiamko and Silver Ochoa, our last singles game of the match. New York up by 6, down to the referee Lee Brett. He'll get us going.
Game number 7, the final singles game for Pittsburgh. Silver Ochoa, New York, Warren Kiamko. Warren, your break. Game on.
It's the first time I've seen you get weak.
Kiamko now.
I break on this side.
Going to break from the right side and tells his team that, and I talked about this with Jeremy Jones during your match earlier, there's still a lot of discussion about what side to break from as players still learn, you know, what works best for them according to the rules and strategy of the game.
And that's exactly right, Steve. It's going to take time for all of us to figure this break out. But for the meantime, the New York team is the cue ball. It's in the center of the table over and over. If you can continuously put this cue ball here, you are going to get shots.
Looks like Kiamko's going to get shots. He's got the orange down there. He's got the bonus ball that never moved in the middle of the table after the break. And then more purple opportunities after that.
And if he keeps it up, his opponent's going to need a shot.
A little bit more roll. If he does. Well placed. Start.
Well, this is, I mean, these balls are laying really good. He's going to play the purple in the side pocket, just like this. And last week against Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken, he ran 30 points. The guy did not miss a shot and had a lot of tough ones to play. You might overstroke this.
Speaking of running a lot of shots, we need to ask you what it was like to watch Thorsten Holman last week, and it was obvious. Great show of sportsmanship, by the way, to go shake his hand before you even took your turn. But what was it like to be there as the guy watching that happen against you?
At the beginning, it was terrifying and tough, but once he got to a certain amount, I was rooting for him to run 1,000. You know, I played a great match that match. In 2 hours, I missed 1 ball. I don't even know if I missed 1 ball. So I didn't have anything to lose. And if you can watch any of these guys run 60 points, they are well-deserved, and it's better for our sport. It's one of the best things in pool that I've ever seen.
Kiamko just misses on the bonus ball. Well, you showed a lot of grace to go shake his hand. And John Schmidt, 30-0 against you today, and the same thing. Sometimes you just have to tip your cap to the other guy.
Of course you do. It's a sport, you know. Sometimes you're not going to be as good as the next guy, you know. It is what it is. And we need more people out here that congratulate, shake hands, and show respect, because that makes this game even more powerful.
Well said. All right, here's Ochoa down 9-0. Shot clock's down to 2.
Again. Okay, he played a 2-rail shot there back to this game. He played an unbelievable shot here. Look at this cue ball. Get a zoom on this cue ball, because he played a 2-rail purple to his corner nestling that cue ball up behind the orange. Great camera shot. He is in big trouble, and he's got to make contact with the purple here. He hit the orange. Okay, that was a well-deserved and well-earned shot by Silver Ochoa.
But that's not enough. You got to take advantage of these opportunities.
You sure do. And he's on purple, and I'm going to point out that I promise you that he shoots the purple that's in front of the bonus ball, because he's going to play the purple, the orange, and then the bonus ball. And it's going to open up the bonus ball for a free pocket.
Ball left. Good position for the orange.
And he played this right. He wants to play that ball that's closest to the top rail.
Lotus ball sitting there like a piece of meat for Ochoa right now, if he can get that cue ball in good position. Here's the 2 points, and here comes the cue ball. That's a great lead.
That's not what he wanted, Steve.
Because of the purple ball.
That's exactly right. He wanted to be a little straighter. He's going to have to hit this with a massive amount of inside English and put a great stroke on it to come back over where his hand is. And he doesn't look like he hit it hard enough, if you ask me. He's got a shot, but it's not easy.
6.
I actually would play defense here, Steve. You know, I think it's too risky cutting at this ball, and that's what he's looking at. He's looking at.
Kiamko's on purple, so let's see if Ochoa moves this purple ball away from the cue ball.
He's going to bank it up towards his pocket.
Other ball in between it.
Oh, he's playing to make it. Okay, he plays that.
7.
And he does play that good. He does bank that good. He does play that good. One of the top one-putter players in the world.
Told you he left that cue ball in great shape after the bonus
You knew
ball.
what you were talking about
Absolutely.
all along.
No doubt. For 2. Rattled it around and stays out.
Oh, you're on purple.
Pittsburgh, 7.
So Kiamko, though, on purple, has the respot down there at the rack end of the table.
Kick his ball in 3.
This wasn't catastrophic.
That shot there.
Still got the orange, does Ochoa, up there at his pocket. And Kiamko's going to have to work a little magic right here to make something happen, because, of course, Ochoa is on orange next. See what Kiamko does here.
Oh, foul, eh? You, baby.
Just shot it in the wrong pocket. Not thinking.
We're getting tired now.
Okay.
Get tired.
Well,
Tired.
Yeah.
Earl says we're getting tired
I'm the
now.
only one here that ain't tired.
You know, I mean, teams are going to make errors like this. It's a new game. There's a lot of nerves. There's a shot clock. So in his defense, we are all going to probably make this error.
We still ain't out of this game.
Earl said we're still not out of this game. I love his heart.
Orange, I didn't
Guy
really
shooting
like
right now
that.
knows how Kiamko feels. He made a similar error earlier in this match.
That's exactly right. And one of my teammates, Manny Chow, made the same error in last match. He shot the wrong colored ball. It's going to happen.
People wonder how does that happen, and I wonder, and I'll ask you as Ochoa goes for purple here, is it that 24-second shot clock that helps you maybe forget some of those basic things?
It's part of it. It's part of it. It's the shot clock is part of it, but it's actually the game is such a great game, and it makes us think to the maximum. And there's so many things to think about. So it's easy to leave one little thing out, and that one little thing could be your own pocket.
Might be something very basic.
Absolutely. I mean, the game is challenging, and when we say that we truly love this game, every single player I know is in love with this
Roll
game.
up and play it in their pocket.
Earl said you don't want to play it in their pocket.
That's a captain right there.
Shot.
3. Stop the
Kiamko
clock.
calmly rolls it in the side. And now we are tied at 12. Looks like he's put himself in really good position, too, for the re-break.
He's perfect right here.
He is playing into the opponent's pocket, and that's noteworthy, though. If he goes to the side, that is. Because then it's essential that you contact the cue ball with the rack.
In case you guys are wondering, Warren Camco is a contingent from the Philippines, and he's a little underrated. But if you watch him play, I'll promise you, he's up there with the best. This guy can really play.
Name is the Warrior, and he shows why much of the time. The re-break there sends the bonus ball in for 3.
You couldn't do any better here, Steve. I mean, this is a roll into the side pocket, orange in the bottom left. My mistake. He can play the purple in the top corner.
And he can't do it. Just a little bit off the mark. That's okay. I made the same mistake earlier in the match, and players we've seen obviously make the same mistake. So many things to think about.
There's a lot of things to think about in this game, which is why this is going to be the best game on the planet in the next year or two.
Well, you talked to guys, and I was talking to Scott Frost. I'm sorry, to Darren Hatch the other night, Johnny Archer. Everybody has bought into this game, and that's why they're here.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dennis Hatch loves the game. Johnny loves the game. Darren Appleton loves the game. Shannon Dalton's in love with it. We all truly do love this game. I mean, we're not just saying this. It's true love. I have a passion for this game, and I'm playing it 24/7 when I'm not sleeping.
Not only has Darren Appleton taken a liking to this game, as you see Adam Smith and Ochoa, he's really been a great ambassador for this league. I don't think he's missed a single match since this thing started last
You're correct about that.
He is here. He is into it. There he is right now with Manny Chow. Timeout called here by Kiamco.
We got a predicament here. He's on purple. Let them talk. Okay.
Bank this purple in your corner and bring your cue ball and just block them from that ball.
What? Say that again?
Bank this purple.
I like the shot he's talking about.
Blocking that pocket. Blocking that ball.
Cue ball? Cue
Yeah.
ball? The cue
So
ball?
bank that purple in here.
Alright.
He's telling Warren to bank the purple that's right.
Not that one, the bottom one.
He still have shot.
The bottom. Oh, huh?
You got to go to the rail. You got to
Yeah,
be
10
down here.
seconds.
Sounds like there's just not a lot out there, even to play defense.
He's banking the wrong ball. I liked the shot Larry was telling him.
Pittsburgh's going to be left with a golden opportunity.
Well, he couldn't have hit this much
That's a
better.
bad shot.
Let's talk about that purple.
Oh, you left him for this.
Ochoa, though, can run this cue ball down the rail or get that purple in the side. He's looking at those options right now. Cue ball probably just too straight of a shot to play it.
Yes, I'll tell you what, the problem with this shot on the side is you're going to have a long shot regardless on the orange.
Wow.
One.
Okay, now he's in trouble.
Continuation
He's,
call.
okay, great thinking. That's the one pocket in him. He's playing the continuation. Orange into the purple.
Risk of sometimes lagging a ball too close to your own pocket like Kiamco did. You run the risk of a continuation. He does the carom, and now that ball is going to be placed out, and Ochoa keeps his turn.
Tons of time.
Told Ochoa you've got a ton of time, which he does. 6.5 left, 15-13. It's a tight one here in our final singles game of this match. Ochoa within a point.
Three.
Excuse me, we're tied.
Earl Strickland just said, that ain't no good. Well, what he means by that is that it really isn't very good. He tried to play that cue ball up where he could play it in the left-hand side pocket. Now he's going to have to take the massive cut to the upper right-hand corner.
Great look right there. It's going to be off.
And Earl was right. But there was a built-in safety.
Pittsburgh 3. Scores are now tied, 15 points each. 5 minutes, 45
So
seconds.
Kiamco's on purple right here. There you see the layout of the table. Does he have a cut on that purple that's down at the
I believe he's got
rack
a
into the
shot,
table?
Steve. He does have a shot, I believe.
that one?
He's shooting this ball to his hole. He was shooting it at his hole.
Ochoa left with purple as well. Folks, in addition to watching free tomorrow here at WPBLTV.com, you can go into our store and purchase packages, either a weekly package or for the entire season. We've got merchandise in there as well, caps and t-shirts of your favorite team. Just head on into our store and check it out. Ochoa playing it safe right there. There's some good looking hats and shirts in that store too, huh?
I love all the materials they've come up with. We've got some great Phoenix Fire hats, shirts, everything. It's all wonderful. The sets of bonus balls are beautiful, and they've got a new case coming for those too. Okay, this is a great shot as long as he doesn't make this black ball, because he did not call it.
Next time, call that target.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, Earl said next time call the target on the bonus
just as a precautionary,
Right.
and if it goes, you're good.
Absolutely right.
You get the 3 points, obviously, and it's a foul if you don't call it and it goes.
That's a great point.
Why not? Just to cover yourself.
Now look at this shot.
Silver.
This is a great shot.
Yamko on purple. Boy, this is a feel-good game right here to watch. Tactically tied at 15.
It's definitely a strategic game right here, tied 15-15 like you say, Steve. I'll tell you what here, he doesn't have a lot. He needs to remove this ball in some way or another, and he doesn't have much time to do it. 3 seconds. Well, this turned, like Earl said, it turned out good. It could have been a lot worse. He double kissed that purple. Cue ball ended up table.
The way he drew it up in his mind, but it worked out okay.
Silver does have a shot here. He can play that purple.
Slide it between the oranges.
That's right. And go into the purple on the left side. That was a makeable shot there, Steve, and that was probably as good as it was going to get for him.
Now a tough break, though, because Kiamko does have, for the first time in a bit, a very clear path to the pocket there in the upper left or in the side. It looks like he's looking side. So all of a sudden, a couple of options open up right here for Kiamko. Down. Now he's right in the middle of a triangle of oranges.
Look at
but
this.
The respot there is going to affect that.
He knocked that purple in his opponent's pocket. It respots, like Steve says, but he was playing the orange in the top left so that he could get on the short side of the bonus ball. So that was very unfortunate.
Just plays it safe, tries to move that cue ball behind the orange as Ochoa is on
2 minutes,
purple.
35 seconds remain.
This was
lead 16 points to 15.
This was an excellent safety here.
It really was. We've only had one shootout so far, and that's a little bit behind the pace of what's been the norm in these matches. Usually you'll see at least a few.
Absolutely.
Had some in your match earlier today.
He's calling the target, Steve. He's going to bank the purple into the black bonus ball. Oh, and he hit it very poorly. This is why I said that was a great shot. I could see the angle that he had between the two oranges, and it wasn't much.
Down there behind it. Yeah.
That can be a real gamble for a couple of reasons. One, obviously what happened, but two, you run the risk if you miss of knocking that bonus ball away from your own pocket.
Right.
Of course, the other team could turn around and use it for a target later, but still, you want to try and keep that bonus ball near your pocket if you can.
Earl's going to be mad at him here because I think he's not going to get a shot.
Told him to run into
Play him safe.
See, Earl told him to run into the ball.
right behind it.
Now he's got to play safety behind it.
Hit the ball.
What about his
Those two, it looks like, are touching each other.
Huh?
Yamko is on the bonus ball, but he's going to have to get real clever right here.
Well, he's just got to nick it. Just like what he's doing. He's going to put him in a bad spot.
Good hit.
Now there's snooks. I mean, this is a simple shot. I mean, the shot that Camco just shot was very basic, very simple shot. A lot of these top players are overlooking this. Now Silver's left with a handful.
Purple.
And this is the reward for that safety.
Go in.
Going to be ball in hand. And you heard Earl Strickland say go in. The reason is because that ball would have been respotted.
You're on purple. You're on purple. Shoot this purple rail first in the orange, and you can knock the black over. And then play shape on this purple down here.
With Kiamko missing the bonus ball, he goes back now to purple, but that's okay. They've got a continuation opportunity here, maybe 2 times.
Right. They've had a few. That's what they wanted him to do. They've had a few communication problems because of the language that Camco has. He's a great person, But he doesn't seem to understand sometimes what they're telling him. But that's exactly what they wanted him to do.
1.
Earl said, oh, come on, hit that ball. I thought he hit the ball great. Earl is such a perfectionist that sometimes we can't meet his standards.
Kiamko for 2 in the orange. Upper left corner, rattles it around, and it comes off.
Okay, and this is why Earl said to hit that ball, because Camco just butchered it.
Final shot.
You know, what are you going to do?
Time has expired here. We're going to have a shootout, but Ochoa does get one last shot at purple, trying to run it probably to the lower right to put him within 3 going to the shootout. Here it comes, and it's off the mark unless...
And there it goes.
So Ochoa will break and shoot, needing to get to at least 4 points to have a chance at a point in this game. Slight advantage to Kiamko. We'll see how far Silver Ochoa can move after the break. Again, doubleheader tomorrow, free right here on WPBLTV.com. These Pittsburgh Poison and your Chicago Phoenix Fire at noon Pacific. And then this New York team will take on the Houston Hustlers at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Ochoa will break and shoot, and he's got to like this.
Well, he doesn't have to like it, but he should.
Good point.
You know, he's straight in on a purple here for his corner pocket. What is he going to shoot next is the question. This is the problem.
Anxious to see Houston tomorrow against this New York team because that's such a young Houston team. At times shown their inexperience, how they'll handle playing the veteran Earl Strickland and company.
Sure, it'll be interesting to see. It definitely will with this young experience.
1.
See, this is a huge problem right here. I knew he was straight in with the purple, and he was going to have a hard time getting to an orange, and that's what happened. So now he's playing this orange off the purple into the left side pocket. Okay, he missed it.
1, New York.
A good effort, but he's ends up short. 19-16, New York gets the win.
Here's one more, sir.
In the shootout, and that makes it 10-3 now. New York with the lead in our final game of the match. As we go back to the full team now, they'll just shoot in reverse order. There you see it at the bottom of your screen from the first team game of the match, but it's 10-3 New York. They have clinched, obviously, this match, so they've already got 3 additional points. So essentially, you're looking at 13-3. Don't forget they beat Atlanta 15-2 last week. What a start for this New York team.
Well, if New York can beat them 13-3, then they get 3 more bonus points. So you could actually be looking at a 16-3 victory here.
Right, final game of the match. Lee Brett, the referee, will get us going. Let's go down to the floor and listen in. Lee, take it away.
Final game is the team game. We're now going to go in reverse order. Warren, Larry, then you, Will. Silver, you're going to go first. Then you, Adam. Then you, Sean. Pittsburgh, it's your break. Game on.
Here's Silver Ochoa off the heels of that shootout loss to Kiamko, and he's going to break and shoot.
I'll tell you what, that cut break continues to reap great results.
Perfect.
Cuts. He's got one here on this purple to the lower right.
That's a pool player's angle, Steve. That's the way we like it. You know, that's a great angle for the orange in the side pocket to his left. Automatic, natural pool player's angle right there. And I think, Steve, what Adam will do here is he'll just draw the cue ball out in the center, right where he's putting his cue, play the black bonus ball in the top right corner pocket, and then your next ball, I mean, you have several choices here. This is a great break.
Executes it well. Now here comes Putnam for the bonus ball to give his team 6. And this purple in the lower right, obviously a good opportunity if that's what Putnam wants for the leave.
I like the fact that this team isn't giving up. Sean's had a hard day today, and
Hold it and let you come across.
Yeah, that's cool.
and he's still trying to win, and I like that because every point matters. And this is perfect. We're gonna play the purple in the lower right-hand corner, playing orange in the lower right-hand corner.
6.
The bottom one.
Here's Ochoa now wanting to cut the purple. Ball left, asks Adam Smith.
Okay, and while we have a minute, you know, I'm so proud of my team, and I'm very excited to play play Pittsburgh tomorrow. I think I'm a great leader for my team, and I'm so proud of Manny Chow and Tommy Kennedy. I think we've got a great match coming up tomorrow. And then New York Pride plays tomorrow night, Steve.
Well, we do know you're a great leader. We had you mic'd, of course, during the previous game. It was a lot of fun to listen to the way you instructed your team there. Smith rams it home. And we talked about this earlier. When you're a captain, you've got to treat different players with different personalities a different way. And we kind of saw that, how you handled Tommy Kennedy's personality versus Manny Chow's.
Right. With the language barrier and Manny and I already being so close, I kind of let Manny do his own thing. Tommy needs a little guidance and wants it from me. Tommy trusts me and believes in me. Not that Manny doesn't, but Manny has his own style. I'll tell you what, Pittsburgh's coming on strong right here. They've got a great shot in a corner pocket, top right corner for the purple, and he's going to play the orange in the lower right corner. Oh, he missed the ball. The only good news about this is that New York is on purple, and they don't have anything easy.
Move it on our side.
Yamko will get it started for New York.
Leave the cue ball over there.
Just gave him his instructions.
And Camco acted like he didn't really understand. And he didn't. That's not what I wanted him to do.
We'll say that, you're right.
You know, I can tell that there's a lot of miscommunication right there, but they're still destroying every team. So what does that tell you?
But they're pretty good.
Absolutely.
Here's Adam Smith now. Both teams on purple. Pittsburgh pitching a shutout so far, 12-zip, trying to add to it, and Smith helps.
What a shot this kid came with. I'm really impressed with Adam Smith today.
Left Putnam now in good shape to cut this orange in and then run the cue ball back up, and they're already talking bonus ball on the side. Couple of rails. That ought to be in great shape if it slows down.
This he overhit this ball a long ways. You know, this anytime you have to roll your ball like this, it's not easy.
Going to make running this purple and orange afterward very tough too.
Okay, he had a good angle actually. He had a lot better angle than we could see from up here.
Where can you shoot it from, Sean?
If you can't get down, one more chance. You can't get down, like right here.
Like there? All right, cool.
It's pretty nice to get to hear these guys talk about
awesome,
what they want to do. I'm learning as we sit up here, Steve.
Oh, the ball's got a hair on here. Sorry.
Stop the clock.
Now we saw this happen a couple of times
In my
in
match.
the first game. Explain what's going on right here for folks that may not know.
There's a hair on the ball, supposedly. Now, I'm trusting Adam that there is. In my last match with John Smith, he was a little bit nervous, running around the table, and you know, he had kind of a difficult shot, and he said there was a hair on the ball. That gives you a little time to regroup, okay? I'm not saying players are doing this.
Like a free timeout.
Absolutely.
7.
All right, they're on purple. All right, so maybe just the more important is the safe, trying to get them to the end rail. Bad spot for all of that. Yeah. Can you torque it out left then? Come back.
Whose shot is it?
Double kiss almost anywhere I look at this.
And Sean Putnam's right. He said, this is a double kiss any way I look at it. I'm a bank pool player, and it is. He has to kick this ball out somehow. Okay, he just barely missed this kiss, and
wow.
It's pretty obvious that I'm not a bank pool player. What a shot.
Pittsburgh.
That was incredible. And with New York on purple, it's respotted now, and here's Larry Neville now.
Continuation.
And he's called continuation.
Continuation called.
He's going to play the billiard off the cue ball, off the purple, into the orange.
Just missed it.
Great shot. Oh.
And nearly scratched. This is going to be a tricky little shot right here for Ochoa, right along the rail.
Kind of had us in this game the whole time.
About as far away from each other as two balls can be, where you can make one on the table.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Did that part, which we knew. You wondered about the leave.
I don't know.
They're screwed. Oh,
you heard what Earl thinks. Did you hear him?
Yeah, he said they're screwed.
All we need is the bonus ball.
But I don't think they're screwed.
I think they can slide this bonus ball by the purple.
I think they're up 21-0.
Worried about this guy moving.
Okay, maybe Earl's a, you know, mind reader.
My shot, right?
Well, Adam Smith got a pretty good roll from that bonus ball back in front of the cue ball. It looks like Earl's got maybe a little bit of a chance to cut it right. Don't know if he can to cut it in the pocket or not.
He's playing a great shot, and he almost made this.
Wow.
Hit it good.
Things grabbing my hand.
Warren Camco said, "You hit it good."
Back up here.
Sean Putnam's calling the ball right underneath him. Basically, he's probably going to try and kick this one rail right back down to where he's at. Basically, what this game is right now is one ball, one pocket, except they're defending 3 pockets.
Ooh, critical mistake right there.
Okay, he's disappointed with himself. He knows he hit this ball way too thick.
That's critical because it's more than almost certainly going to cost now Pittsburgh a chance at 3 points and a shutout, and already down 10-3. They desperately want every point they can get, but there goes the shutout. Kiamko drains purple.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him, Steve.
And the orange is now respotted in great shape for Larry Neville. He takes a look down at the south end of the table for his leave for Strickland.
And like you say, Steve, you can't count this team out from anywhere.
3, stop the clock.
I don't like this shot, and Earl didn't like this shot. You have to play to get underneath this bonus ball. What I mean by underneath is down there almost where the referee's hands are, or where those purple bars are. Purple balls, so that you can play this black bonus ball into the lower corner pocket and go into the rack. It's the only chance you've got to open them up.
Talking with John Schmidt last week, and he said the orange ball shot before the rebreak is the most important shot in the game.
It is. Watch this stroke, Steve.
I hit it. I hit it.
Well, it's his pocket anyway. But
I hit the rack.
Earl's saying he hit the rack, but it's irrelevant because he made the ball in his own pocket, Steve.
Am I supposed
Well,
to shoot?
they have to shoot a forced safety now, whereas if he touched the rack, they could re-break and keep going.
Good shot.
Wow, that's a great shot.
New York 6.
What is Earl slamming his cue for?
Well, he did have a lot of movement on that, whether he touched it or not. Goa shooting at purple. Bring it back for a point. Aggressively, and it's off the mark.
Yeah, you know, in his defense, that ball was laying real tight, and in order to make that type of a bank, sometimes you have to hit it with speed. I don't blame him for shooting that ball like that.
Now here's Neville on purple as well. Probably going to kick that purple away.
He's actually playing it over to his pocket. Just like this. This is another one-pocket shot.
Need help, guys.
Smith on purple. He said he asked for help.
Need more help than that. All right.
Silver said, Adam, you need to bank it away. And Adam said, bank it away. I need more help than that.
yeah, do that and play the cue ball 3 rails back.
Over there.
And I like this call. They're going to 3-rail it to the lower right-hand corner pocket and 3-rail the cue ball. But geez, he hit it 165 mile an hour, and they got a kiss.
Right in the hole.
And if they didn't get that kiss, that purple might have gone in.
It was going, wasn't it, Steve?
Saw Adam even jump a little bit right there. Now here's Strickland on purple. White pockets.
No, just cross back it. We got an orange out there.
Just make it.
He leaves that purple in a peculiar spot. Now for Putnam, this is the same pocket he scratched in a while ago.
Well, Earl's already got it counted that they're losing this game.
Going down to a shoot off too. Bank it into those balls like a one-pocket shot.
Earl's telling him to bank it into those balls. They need, in a lot of ways, he's making sense. And what they need to do for you people at home is they need to get those balls opened up so they can score some points. They're either going to win or lose with this shot. They've got a chance to win but this purple will come up and give him a shot in the side for Silver Ochoa.
And really, why not? Down 15. I mean, if an orange ball goes in, the only place it's going to go in is your pocket. It's not going to hurt you. You'll be respotted.
That's right, Steve. I mean, you have to do this, and I've told my teammates, you have to move balls from your opponent's side and open them on yours.
Ochoa now, purple to the side.
Oh, he got an unfortunate kiss right there, or he's going to get a shot on the orange. He can shoot the orange in the left side.
Shoot it in the side.
Okay, they see it now. And then they can play the continuation, Steve.
That's
the
what I
black
was...
orange in a corner. Well, you know, I'm in disagreement with the way he hit that shot. You know, you just got to play to make the ball there, Steve. And then you can play the continuation because that orange is hanging in the lower left pocket. You know, just make sure you make the ball there. Don't worry about the cue ball.
Could he have attacked that a lot softer?
Absolutely.
Here's Neville now, trying to bring the purple back to the other end of the table.
And at the same time, he was playing the cue ball.
Because Pittsburgh is on orange right here.
They are going to go for a continuation here, and I think it's going to be a triple combo continuation.
We're dead there. There's no way out of that.
He's got the jump stick up.
He's jumping it. Okay, let's do this. The man is good with the jump cue.
Knocked the two of them in. Of course, anything after the ball you intend to make is irrelevant. They're both respotted, but it is a continuation, and Pittsburgh keeps their turn.
Just over 3.5 minutes left, Steve. Plenty of time for Pittsburgh to get the 8 points they need. There's 2 staring them in the face, and the bonus ball straight in the side. That's 5 points. This shouldn't take too long.
I'm glad today to show up till then.
Joa just stopped that cue ball on a dime. Now Smith set up for the side.
Okay, well, I wasn't a big fan with that. He could have forced the cue ball up a little more. What are they going to do next now? I mean, he's going to make this, but they still need more points. I mean, he could have done something more with that cue ball. I wasn't a big fan of that. That's why.
Pittsburgh, 2.
I'm not downing anybody. I'm saying that he had such an easy shot on that orange, Steve, that he could have done a little more with the cue ball to make it easier.
Can I play the purple in their hole?
Yeah.
All right, continuation.
Strickland's going to combo purple to purple into the lower right pocket, or at least call it, and that's exactly what he does to keep his turn.
Oh, another good roll I got, huh?
I think that was sarcasm.
Yeah, Earl's slightly sarcastic from time to time.
Right here. Bank it in the side. Try to get me shape on an orange.
Yeah,
They're
well,
on purple, right?
Yeah, they're on purple. Or you can cross bank the other.
Put him under
I
here.
like cross banking the ball that's on the spot to the lower left corner and playing the cue ball one rail up to the top right corner. I don't like this. How are you going to get on an orange? This orange is a lot tougher than if they would have cross banked the other ball.
York now trying to get back into this thing, or at least force a shootout. Here's Neville for 2.
This shot's tough, Steve.
Boy, and he darn near made it.
New York 1.
Down to 2 minutes, Steve.
You like just, they're on orange.
Pittsburgh would not want to settle for the shootout here, having only picked up 3 points so far in the match. Much rather get the 2. Still plenty of time.
Well, we're going to get, they only get 1.
They're taking too much time here. They need to get these points. I mean, they're down to 3 seconds.
Time out.
Boy, and you looked at Putnam's facial expression. Here, we'll listen in.
I wish you'd have weaseled him in under the ball. Were you trying to do that?
No, trying to bank it. Got shape on the block.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. We were out there. Well, I mean, we could have got.
When Putnam went down to shoot that shot, he still didn't look very confident.
Well, he hasn't looked very confident since he missed that game-winning shot earlier, Steve, with the orange in the corner pocket, which was very unfortunate. I hate to see anybody do that, but that's part of this game.
After purple here. Cutting it.
And missing it.
That looks good. All right, Earl. We're on orange. My shot. Yeah, we're on orange. Looks good.
York's on orange now. Strickland coming up to chalk. Let's see what
black
Earl's able to do here.
Ain't even possible.
And Earl said it's not even possible. He had a shot at that ball. He was trying to trick us, Steve.
He has not been a glass half full guy a lot of the day today.
No, he hasn't, but it's his birthday.
He can't make it either, I don't think.
It is his birthday below. Happy birthday, Earl. 52 years young.
God, that was a hair of being perfect.
Can you make it?
No. Even with some spin is okay because you're going to get that cue ball to the side rail, off the end rail to the side rail. 10 seconds.
Yeah. Right there.
And don't worry, Silver's going to wait until the buzzer rings.
10 seconds is like an hour to him. Good shot.
Good shot, Tim.
One.
Not the best leave, but a good shot.
Not at all.
Bonus ball passes, so you
Shoot
can
it,
make
pass
that.
it?
Yeah, I already looked.
I guess he had a slow spinner like that, Steve, in order to make the ball.
Now, if Smith can somehow find a way to make an orange right here.
Well, he's got a shot, Steve. He's got a shot on the top. And you're exactly right. This could, they could win this game in regulation. This is the shot right here. Oh, he jumped. He jumped about 12 feet up.
We're on orange.
He's not happy with himself. He knew that he could have won that game.
Oh, my shot.
Huh? Oh.
My shot, right?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Timeout.
No, we don't have
Timeout.
timeout.
Yeah, we need time.
Yalpko makes it inside the arena, folks. There is a monitor that not only shows what you see, but others that show who's shooting.
2.
And Neville almost jumped up there and shot out of turn.
Final shot.
The bonus ball for 12, sending us to the shootout. Easily done. 25-12 as we go to the shootout. And Pittsburgh had some chances there to seal this thing up and couldn't take advantage.
You know what, Steve? They had several chances. And it's impossible not to think about how many points you're actually down in the overall game. And it's always weighing on the back of your opponent's mind and your mind.
Shoot first. We need to score 13 points.
Maybe that affected them
That's exactly right.
down the road because they were flirting with a 30-point win in regulation. Instead, the best they can do now is pick up one more point here and make this thing 13-4 by the time it's all said and done. Earl Strickland just scratched on the break. That's exactly what happens. 13-4 as Pittsburgh gets the point for the shootout. Well, some great shooting by New York, especially in the first few games of this match.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of fun to watch, and Earl Strickland and company did not disappoint.
No, they're a powerhouse team. And I want to say thanks to you, Steve. Thanks to Larry Shabort. Thanks to Bonus Ball. Phoenix Fire, Pittsburgh Poison tomorrow at noon.
Be here. It's free, folks. New York, by the way, is beat their opponents now 28-6 so far this season. For Scott Freezer Frost, this is Steve Strain from the WPBL Arena. We'll talk to you tomorrow.